the builds that work with the Vessel being strong and Wraith Pact. Like, people are going for these items pre-blink.
I have something. How about you can only make Eidolons out of enemy creeps?
No, don't give it the Lich treatment.
Ruin the hero.
Oh, that's the Lich treatment. That's just like kill the hero. Just remove Eidolons then.
It's pretty effective. I mean, you're still having the black hole versus the BKBs that you mentioned.
They'd have to buff something else significantly because a lot of the elements of Enigma is that you're denying so much out of the enemy carry, and you're also applying pressure with those denies as well with your Eidolons. So it's like,
yeah, it's just too strong of a laner is what I'm hearing. So nerf. Sounds great. No. Or Eidolons do less damage, or less damage when they're the spawn Eidolons, or is that already the case? Like the second way is the second life.
They're the same.
Like, do the same thing. They did it with the spiderlings with Brood. You know, you've got different types of spiders.
Eidolonglings?
Idlings.
Idlings, I like that. So, Io Dusa. So, Io, I guess I'm always worried about some teams when they're picking Io, when they're not as experienced, when they're playing versus teams that are a bit more experienced. Because you can get to an element where you can't actually, like, team fight properly with this hero. But if they have an idea around it, I can always stand by it. So, it looks like they're going with the Medusa versus that Enigma as well.
Yeah, big counter to Enigma. You just can never hold Dusa. No. She presses Stone Gates at the start of every fight, and eventually, like, even if you have BKB, you're still gonna get stunned. So it's one of those things. Like, this is where we start considering dropping the Enigma in terms of farm priority. If a second counter comes out, even more likely.
Yep.
But we saw a team earlier today not do it, so we'll see what DGG thinks is the better route here.
Yeah, I think that one was a mistake earlier. So
sure, it didn't work. It didn't end up working out, but there must have been some thought process being put behind that.
So the AM and the Ember Bands, so trying to protect both the Medusa and the Io with the Ember Band, I guess, in that one too.
I'd be a little surprised if there's no Grimstroke ban right now, just considering, you know, you have Io Medusa. Counters the Io, and then also Doom, double Doom sounds fantastic. Grim plus Doom, like how many times do we see that at the major? Other than like the Pugna Storm, that really felt like the combo. They don't ban it, so
it started disappearing a bit.
It
though,
did fall
toward
off
the
a little.
end.
It did fall off, and then Doom stayed, which is a little strange.
It started just becoming like we mentioned, like the Pugna versus Snapfire. Like these supports just started to become much more prominent, and OG just started picking Wind Ranger every game also. So things do start to change a little bit.
That is true.
I feel like this is a nasty Grimstroke game already, but you also get to see more picks. So
I think also in the finals, like the two teams that were left didn't really play too much Grimstroke. Like Dubu playing Grim, that's not a thing, right?
No.
So Moon Meander playing Grim, that's not really too much.
Yeah, it's a little.
So definitely could still see it. It looks strong always. Interesting. The Mars and the Phoenix band. So something that 11Monkeyz does like.
So looking for a carry for DGG that can deal with Dusa. Drow is a potential pickup. They do just go for the Grimstroke.
Yeah, no shocker there.
Like instant pick after the ban.
Yeah.
They really wanted that. They don't even care about seeing some new information because potentially 11Monkeyz, they could have been leaving the Grim in to pick it themselves, which maybe Ire Grim not so good, but you know, if you get a mid and an off lane to have a lot of stunts, then you're probably fine.
Remaining.
Yep.
5 seconds remaining.
Likely to just grab their second support.
Yeah.
First, and then probably just pick like a 1-2 combo that we've seen so much. I mean, Beastmaster is still in the pool somehow.
It looks like a pretty dope Rubik game too.
I did want to say it also because you have the steals and the reposition.
Like Doom, Black Hole.
Yeah, but then Rubik IO supports. It always feels bad.
It feels a little sussy. For the Puck. Puck is great with Dusa in general because you just like anchor the fight somewhere, and Dusa being, you know, slow as absolutely hell. Like you need that. Don't you just pick Beast?
I feel like Beast is just. We saw it earlier today too. How like busted this hero really can be versus most lineups. It works really well with Medusa as well too. I'm kind of like interested. Are they picking this Puck so early? Like this is really.
Maybe they just don't have a super confident Beast player. I mean. It is a bit. I feel like most offlaners can play it, but I don't know if it's in that state where.
Ooh. Whoa! I mean, they're going outside the box for sure.
All right. Well,
okay, so what do we think about Dawnbreaker right now?
Bad hero.
I think she's good.
Oh wow!
She's picked 0 times in the major.
I think she's underrated. I like it as a counter to like Enigma, Bane, these channeling heroes that I remember hearing Topston say, to be fair, this mid Dawnbreaker, but he thought Dawnbreaker was a counter to the Spirits because they like hard commit to a fight, and she just like completely blocks that. I thought that was a really interesting point.
It's different when it's like a mid though. Like that's completely different when you're having this like crazy. When only one person in the world.
Yeah, this
plays
looks
that.
like an offlaner or a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
There are certain players that still really like to play in 5. I know Bangan. Bangan is one of the big players that's still playing it.
Or 4, of course.
Yeah, and 4, but there's something feels really weird about this hero where you really fall off super hard in mid game.
Yeah, you're totally right. It's a really good late game. The laning is insane. Like level 2, you have like 400 nuke damage.
Yes.
Like ridiculous like that. But you're totally right. I mean, I just personally like the hero because I feel like it does something like no other hero in Dota can do. I don't know. Her passive is like kind of worthless.
My thing is though, is like, why would you pick it here? That's what I want to see. Because like Beastmaster now is banned, right? But I guess first, like you said, the channels and stuff like that. But landing into Grimstroke feels bad. Dawnbreaker doesn't.
Dawnbreaker or into Pango feels terrible.
And into Pango as well too. That's what. Yeah. I like playing the hero too.
Well,
the reason
they
I
did
said
pick
bad
it before Pango was picked.
This is true.
So
this is true.
They did not know that one yet.
I think it's cool they picked it. I mean, I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm inclined to say like, yeah, it's probably a pretty bad hero, but it is a cool
something
hero.
new. It's out of the box.
I'm always down to see new stuff.
Same. And I think that's a nice move. I mean, you're a fresh team coming into Division 2, and you wanna have your own identity. And this is definitely something like, okay, we prepared this, we're gonna play it, see how it works out.
And maybe some Dawnbreaker specialists just know something about.
Yeah,
exactly.
Most people
don't.
Used to playing against this, right? Yeah. So it's like you barely even see it in pubs that much. So
it already looks like they're setting up for this massive 4 protect one though. Like not even like a secondary scaling hero potentially. So the Dawn plus the Puck ult.
Pretty scary considering DGG already has tools to deal with the Medusa, with the Black Hole and the Doom and yeah.
I think 11Monkeyz needs more, like a little bit more disable. Just some stun in their 4 position or offlane position is what it looks like we're looking for right now.
Yeah.
Because it's just the coil, and so I feel like if you coil the Pango, then Enigma has like a free time, you know, like, or Doom, like it's just weird. Like you need a little bit more. I mean, it still looks like a dope Rubik game.
And then what, Dawnbreaker offlane?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I just don't know. With this hero, I have no idea.
It's so volatile.
It is. I like it better in a support position, to be honest.
Whoa!
Okay, they're full. This is cool. I mean, this is full global. Like that's cool. It's like Puck.
That's what they wanted.
It's Puck and then 4 heroes that can globally teleport.
That's a really good. That's actually a cool point.
Yeah, it's I mean, this is gonna be a sick game. Like,
all right, so Io can relocate in with Medusa. Dawnbreaker can zone in. Spearbreaker can charge in.
Puck probably gets travel too.
Puck can travel. That's spooky. I like
this is a cool draft.
I mean, it's a cool. One, I'm just unsure how good it really is, especially into Pango. Like I've known people have tried the Spearbreaker versus Pango a lot of times, and it just doesn't really look good, honestly.
I really hope it will work out, because if it works, it will look amazing.
It will.
Yeah, this is one of those lineups that's either going to look like complete trash or insanely cool.
Well, I respect the first game of the tour.
Yeah, these guys are awesome.
I'm a big fan that they stuck with their guns.
I'm won over by this. This is a sick draft. This is a sick draft. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's awesome.
They also had all the time in the world now, DGG, to think of the carry hero for 4 picks.
Yeah, carry hero that doesn't really give a shit about this global stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of carry heroes that are already banned out. Anti-Mage, Jug, Monkey.
Is Drow an option?
Yeah. Well,
you can stop the charge, the gust.
Silence, you stop charge.
Beat Dusa.
The draw?
Yeah, there's not really anything to take off the refraction charges very quickly, so I do feel like Pleb will have a pretty free time. The lane should go.
Lane looks amazing.
Good for him too.
Yeah.
So. TA matchup. We've seen it a lot recently, and TA tends to beat that one. Like I think it's there's this timing where TA just is taking Roche and snowballing, taking towers, where like it feels like TA is the better hero.
Yeah, I can agree.
And what do you guys think of the Enigma still being position 3 in this one?
Cool with it.
There's not that well, Dawnbreaker, it's one of those things where like, I mean, you get a BKB and it's like Spiritbreaker, he gets pulled into the whole. It's not like there's these massive counters. In Dusa, you can position around it. The other game was like they had very, very clear counters. I mean, it's still rough, but
yeah,
it's not as bad as what we saw earlier today.
I could see 2 of the lanes going in advantage, though, for 11Monkeyz. They have this IO Medusa lane versus Enigma Doom that can be a little bit, you know, a bit back and forth. So I could see the IO Medusa doing pretty well in that one. And Puck versus Pango, we've seen that one a lot. Like the Puck comes out like slightly ahead.
Yeah, and can kill Pango.
And can kill him.
You get sick.
So.
I like the 11Monkeyz draft. I'm leaning towards the 11Monkeyz boys.
I can't because of there's like this Grim Doom. There's Pango. Like these heroes are so broken.
It's in my heart.
I mean, they have all the meta heroes.
They have all the meta
on the side of DGG.
They do. They have the OP guys.
Yeah. Pango, Doom. These heroes control.
If 11Monkeyz can make this draft work, we are in for a very fun game to watch. So looking forward to it. Let's find out how it's going to play out. Though we're heading over to OD Pixel on the cost.
Thank you very much, Chief. Yes, indeed. A very exciting lineup coming here from 11Monkeyz. We're seeing complete sort of global go, go, go. Whether anytime you show up on the map on your own, there's going to be a whole team turning up on top of you.
Yeah, I mean, this game can go either way. I'd say, like, if they start running at them, if they get the advantage early on, this game might go in their favor, and also having a late game insurance in Medusa. Like, they could show up with 5 heroes out of nowhere. Puck with the coil, and then you have Relocate with the Medusa, Spiritbreaker charge, Dawnbreaker ulti. Suddenly there's 5 heroes on top of you. But looking at what the Radiant got, DGG, they have, you know, standard lineup, very good lineup, meta heroes, a lot of synergy between their heroes, because they have, whenever you have Doom, you need to have a good catch, and they do have that. Just with the traps, they pick Pango into Puck, which is usually the other way around, but it feels like they think we have enough with the leech mechanic from the Grimstroke. Like eventually, like he might even get a BKB to be able to protect himself, because mid Pangos, they don't go for like Yule Scepters anymore. They tend to get the Diffusal Blade, and then most of the time just the BKB to be... But again, BKB against the Spiritbreaker, against Medusa doesn't sound that great, but we'll have to see.
We'll see. Well, we had recently some Pango, I think the other day, right, go for like the Diffusal Basher, right, the full aggressive, full damage from the mid lane. So we'll see that's going to be an option here for DGG this game. And sort of overall, do you like the way they closed up the draft, going for the TA carry this game for Pleb?
I was expecting something different. Fog mentioned Drow Ranger. I think it would be a really good Drow Ranger game, because she can outcarry Medusa. They don't have many gap closing heroes. Like one Gus can stop the charge. I was also thinking about the Phantom Lancer, because it would be really, really good. Like they have no stuns. He can dodge easily the coil, dodge the charge, and just a matchup against Medusa works really well. But they decided to go with the Templar Assassin, which is going to give them a little bit more like tower pressure, early pressure, which they need, because like their heroes don't do that. Pango's not the hero that does that. Neither is, like, Enigma is the only one pretty much, but with this Deso and Templar Assassin, it does unlock Roshan and also the early towers.
Yeah, what do you sort of make of it then? That, you know, the hero that we don't get to see really ever. Nobody else is touching upon it. You know, Dawnbreaker. This game, of course, being played by Mary in the support position. As a 5, do you feel that the Dawn's going to be able to do enough to secure this safe lane for the Medusa, or is it going to be hard?
She might. Like, I haven't seen Dawnbreaker in action for a very long time. This hero was untouched during the major, but she might be able to like deal well with the Eidolons early on. Medusa with the snake, and then Dawnbreaker getting on top of someone. Like, even once they get level 2, there might be a kill threat with this lane. Usually Medusa lanes are not a killer lane, but when you're paired up with the Dawnbreaker, this might be it.
I see bottom lane already. Doing a good job of getting the harassment onto Z's. Oh, has to be careful with these side blades. Ooh, I nearly had him there. Not quite able to get the angle with that final stroke.
1-1-M. ZYZZ, huh? Very easy to pronounce.
Is that what we're going with? ZYZZ. I like it. I like a bit of a challenge. Here we go. See if they can do something with the ink swell. Unlikely.
What a combo. Definitely not what you expect. Grimstroke and Templar Assassin going in with the Templar Assassin having only 1 point in side blades. Not even a single point. She's deciding whether she needs a meld or if they need more refraction. It's a really good Templar Assassin game.
Yeah.
Because Panel touched upon it. There's not many things that can burn through refraction other than Celestial Hammer.
It looks like out of the top lane so far, not too much struggle at all for the Deucer to get the farm. Mid lane matchup, 13 for 3 against the 10 for 0. Bit of an edge for MTD so far. And yeah, bottom, as we saw already, hard for DGG to really get a kill out of this lane. Spirit Breaker being constantly topped up by the IO. Just going to have to settle for trying to find the farm in that safe lane.
I love the items on the Spirit Breaker. He went for Ring of Protection and the Raid Band. Understands where the threat is going to come from. So full physical damage charge on Lodin.
He's got the ink as well. We'll keep him covered for now, but some good body blocks here from ZYZZ.
You've done it.
Rolls off the tongue. Well, they're fine. It feels like, yeah, bottom lane. Don't think we're going to see any kills come out of this, unless Lodin gets out of position. It's definitely going to be the most vulnerable out of the two of them. Top lane. Meanwhile, a bit of a chase down onto Mary. And they're okay. Palantimos continuing to have quite the fine time up here. Out of all the 3 lanes right now, it's just owned me that's struggling to keep up with the CS of the other cores in the game. Still able to, of course, deny a fair bit.
Focusing on denies, that's what Enigma does. Does have Earn. We've seen that quite a few times recently on Enigma. Just have this like small items. Especially if you can get an early kill, like the value you get from the item is pretty insane. They know exactly where MNT is.
Team stepping up here, looking for some bashes. Actually doing a good job of getting the damage in on a Blood. They'll turn their attention back over towards Lodin, the two of them. Again, trading back quite nicely now that they've hit the 3 on both of them. Yeah, double Wraith Band for BNC. How much armor does that mean? How much?
13 armor.
Yeah, 13 armor.
Yeah, he doesn't have to care about Templar Assassin at all. Eidolons, like even Pango later on with the Swashbuckle, even the Lucky Shot.
Oh, top Merrick is going to be in trouble here. Did try and use the hammer aggressively to clear out some of the Eidolons, meant that they had no opportunity for escape. First blood on the top lane here for Owns Me. Very much needed, as I say, now out of the cores. He was the one not getting the most last hits, so that first blood pretty much even things out.
One thing I noticed is Doom went into enemy triangle near the near the outpost and stacked one of the camps for the enemy team.
All right. Well, I guess we're sort of setting up for himself to look for a good creep.
Yes, but didn't get it. Like let's see if he decides to go in, and now he's gonna deward the big camp. A lot of region on him, having Tranquil Boots and also 2 healing salves. So Enigma also Urn of Shadow, so the trade game is not going to be as good.
I'm going to try and make a go for Palantimos. Very, very good damage. Mary is able to come in and try and hold them back, but still, Palantimos brought down very low. They do have a salve ready from Mary.
Yeah, but Medusa is completely out of mana. And once the Scorched Earth is back up again, they can try to play aggressively. Mid lane, Pango.
Has been leashed. TPs are coming
fine.
in.
He has launch charges.
He might want to go back in on this. And he's going to try and close the gap with the shield crash, but not quite enough distance covered to get the stun with the
healing style, clarity, rune spawning in 5 seconds. If MTD gets it, then he can be the one playing aggressively. Maybe
Stoikov.
Next time.
He's going to jump up. MTD's going to look to try and chase this. Stoikov able to grab the power rune. Angle there just for the one connection of the Rolling Thunder, so MTD's got to back off. Stoikov is going to be happy there, getting the ball refilled. Mary's also come over from the top lane. They'll take down Lodi.
A lot of commitment from 11Monkeyz. Like, they brought 3 heroes, but they did snatch that rune, and now they can start to put some pressure on the tower. Pango doesn't have mana, but manages to drag the creep wave.
Yeah, MTD's low. Stepping up a little bit riskily. Great connection there from Mary. Lines up the hammer. I'll take down another from this movement. 11Monkeyz getting a couple of kills out of this heavy focus around mid. That's been down bottom as well, Pleb. That's been left to his own devices, but still, he's doing fine with it. Continues to be very even on the farm across all fronts. I mean, 200 gold between the top and the bottom core right now, 7 minutes in. Nobody losing out too much on these lane setups. Bottom. Pleb, able to get the refraction off in time, but one more would do it. Isn't quite able to find it initially in Pleb. He's got the speed to step back. He'll live this time.
He's gonna TP back to base. I mean, once you use that charge immediately, you know that the third one is not gonna come in anytime soon. Puck has a coil available. Let's see if he decides to TP to the side lanes or just gonna come to mid and continue farming up.
Full armor. He's picked up the chainmail as well, BNC. So 17 armor. He's going to go back for the soul ring next. Make sure that he's always got himself mana to play with for the charges. Oh, over in the river. 8-minute power rune. Who's going to get it? This time it's going to go into the hands of MTD. Leash coming in time. Has got the invis. He's actually going to try and fight back a bit with a shield crash. After this comes to an end, he can look to roll up. And here we go. He's going to try and head straight towards Mary. Catches them around the entrance to the pit. A quick kill for MTD. He won't be able to get more, though. Stoikov with a phase shift dodge will be fine. Even considering chasing him down there with the orb, but won't go for it.
Nah, he got the solo XP from it. He survived. That's what matters, because Puck already used his abilities. 1 point in Vanengrift, not enough. Like, their damage output from both supports is just not that high at the moment, but I think this benefits DGG quite more, because right now Enigma is farming, also Templar Assassin is farming as well, and Pango is on the top of the network, which is kind of surprising.
Bottom lane. BNC still taking heavy damage from the side blades, of course. Pleb lining them up nicely. And with that level 6, always the chance for Pleb to try and dive in, but BNC, he's going to look for the reset, head back to base, heal up, and look for opportunities to charge out.
Amazing what you'll find.
Definitely getting to the point now where we could see some movements from the Puck. How little Dream calls back up.
I think they want to do something about the top lane, because Eidolons are level 4 right now, so that means there's going to be a lot of pressure on the tower. Maybe next time even pulling the wave.
Now they're going to try for the charge in mid. I have got the coil. Got the Nether Strike as well, so maybe a chance to burst through this Pango. They won't commit though. MTD plays it safe, backs up under the tower. They won't be able to set up with that charge. They'll still hover around the mid, but indeed it does mean this top lane's left completely open for Onmy to take this tower.
That's why I thought they're going to play the top lane, because tower is going to fall Mary. Let's see if he can get the deny.
A little slow on it. Onmy's able to finish it off for the Eidolons.
Can't do it if you don't even try.
Back in the river. See the jump from MTD and MNC. ZYZZ taken out. Couple of good objectives here from DGG. Kill around the mid, tower taken up top. Starting to build a bit of a lead. Palantimos getting knocked back there by the bird, but we'll be fine. MNT, of course, not quite 6. Very close to having the Doom online. Needs a couple of creeps to get that final bit of XP.
DGG already placed an observer ward, which was in the enemy triangle for a very long time, and there's also a sentry ward, so there are no stacks being made for Medusa, and she does need to recover a little bit.
Top lane Mary should be in trouble here. MNT has got Doom if he wants to use it. He probably won't need to. Malefice alone will be enough control to take down the Dawnbreaker as Chillax. So DGG, they are starting to make these moves. Blink Dagger's done on Owned Me. They've got that Black Hole, they've got that Doom still online, so some big ultimates to play around.
They need to play bottom lane, because right now there is a catapult. Spirit Breaker is pretty big, very hard to kill. So let's see if 11Monkeyz decide to even defend this one. By 11Monkeyz, I mean DGG. It's a lot of these different things written on the screen, so it gets into your head.
Yeah, new names here, new squads. 11Monkeyz there. They'll get this tower. It doesn't look like we'll see DGG try and take any fights around this one. They did smoke up with the two of them, the Enigma and the Doom, now that they have their ults and the Blink on Owned Me.
This is big. Pango does have Diffusal Blade coming up to him.
See what they can get around the mid. MNT is going to look to start things off. Holt's back on dropping the Doom. ZYZZ already got the tether off across towards Stoikov. They still want to look to see if they can get back in. Actually, it looks like Owned Me, he's left this situation. He doesn't want to look to try and fight around the mid with the rest of the team. He's happy on just getting back to keeping control of this top lane. Continue to get the farm in. I mean, he knows with the awareness of 11Monkeyz that DGG were trying to make something happen mid, that it's hard for them to get the jump by surprise that they'd hoped for.
We still need to see the global, like the full potential of 11Monkeyz lineup, where they just outnumber people with their global presence, charge, relocate in, Dawnbreaker ulti.
On bottom lane. They are going to commit in for the kill on MNT. Oh, it's a nice little black hole onto the two of them. I see the ult come through though, and that's going to be enough to put it to a stop. Quickly turn things though, loading, tries with the setup here. He's been able to take out Mary, turns over to Stoikov. Again with the Diffusal Blade slow. Swashbuckle will miss. Has to jump in back deep towards the tower. Actually ends up getting the kill on Owned Me because of that. Of course, won't be able to make it out himself. So ends up 2 for 2 on the trades down there. Is the black hole at least used, so something that 11Monkeyz won't have to worry about when they're back in the game.
It was a really good black hole, but on top of that, Dawnbreaker using the Solar Guardian, and you can see the healing coming in already. Enigma realized, well, I gotta stop at one point, but I still feel it's a good trade for DGG because they got the kill on Puck. They want to slow him down, and Pangolier, he's not dying. So far, he's been very active early on top of the net worth at the moment, and yeah, Puck without a Blink Dagger, 1 point in phase shift, he's not getting out.
Now, quite a few things that can catch Stoikov out this game. Not too easy for him to jump around as freely as he'd hoped for. Good solid space though for Palantimos, of course, keeping his head out of danger. See what they can do bottom. See if BNC could do this on his own. He's going to have to get quite a few bashes. Actually, the bug coming out straight away puts him off from trying to commit for loading.
Templar Assassin continues to farm up, stacks the triangle for himself, and yeah, the Deso is going to be done in the next minute and a half, 2 minutes, which means that Enigma will have a black hole again, and then DGG can go and seek for a fight, go for a pick-off, and like they can even force a Roche fight, because like how their heroes function is like there are still a couple of counters to the black hole, especially pre-BKB, but I feel like they can lure them into a fight where Pango really shines, and so does Enigma. Oh, Arcane Rune on Pango, that's a big one.
Oh, it's going to be a fun next team fight for MTD, level 2 as well on the Rolling Thunder. Definitely going to be interested in taking a fight here, DGG. I'll try and poke towards Mary in the mid, but already actually going to have some focus from 11Monkeyz towards the top. Pleb tries to TP out, but the Dream Core is there to put a stop to it. Mary coming over with the Solar Guardian, making sure they've got that extra bit of punch.
Oh, Refraction!
They'll buy him a little bit of time,
charge.
but indeed not enough to save him. Pleb taken out. See if DGG can get anything in return. They're going to commit the Doom, drop it down on BNC. Fair enough here as they want to take out the offlaner.
Oh, the reload.
It's a lovely little save. Relocate will get BNC out of danger. Mary left behind. Swashbuckle will miss, but it doesn't matter. Mary taken down. Now with the Inkswell, can they try and chase for the puck? They won't. They'll stick around, in fact, because BNC, they took him back in. They want to try and keep this fight going, 11Monkeyz. Charge over towards loading. BNC staying on top of the Grimstroke. MTD will jump back in to finish off ZYZZ. He's got the Nether Strike, BNC, but he's got to try and get his way out of this. Diffusal Blade slow from MTD. Sets up for the Inkswell stun to connect. He'll stay on target. BNC's got the charge back up.
Nah,
it's only
dead.
a short-range charge here. It only goes across towards the close-by creep wave. MTD has no struggle chasing. Triple kill for him.
That's the power of the Arcane Rune. That's why I said it's really big, because you burn mana so quickly, you're almost unkillable. If you land two-man shield crash, they're not gonna focus you down, and there are better heroes to focus in a fight anyway. And now he has a full Blink Dagger on top of the Diffusal, Corrosion, 15 minutes. It also lowers the cooldown on on your diffusal blade, so he used it multiple times in that fight as well, just to be able to slow them down and use his abilities.
Yeah, it was a risky call there from 11Monkeyz for ZYZZ to take BNC back into the fight. Ends up getting the two of them killed.
Was never in question.
And that was, of course, a fight where Black Hole didn't even play a part. Only still has that ready for the next move. Of course, Palantimos still quietly farming away.
He's like, guys, hodl for a long time. I'm 0-0-0 right now,
He's
but
chilling.
I need to farm up.
And he's
Next
doing a
5
good
minutes,
job of it.
get that Scotty and join the fights.
Manta already done, level 13. Palantimos enjoying life around this triangle area. All the attention and fighting has been far away from him. Back in the mid. See Onmi able to take down the tower here and now look for the setup on Stoikov. Another Solar Guardian coming in. Swashbuckle again off the mark. Not enough damage because of that miss to take down Stoikov. And now with the Dream Coil, this Pango's in trouble. MTD, he'll go down.
This should have been a kill. Like, this is the third Swashbuckle that he missed. Like, even the top ones, it wasn't the perfect execution, but that Arcane Rune helped him quite a lot. And I think he dies no matter what here, but at least it would be a trade kill. Overextending a little bit, and now 11Monkeyz are going to go for the tower. At least try to do it. I mean, they still need to respect the black hole.
That's true. Onmi does still have it ready. Watching from the side.
A lot of gold from Eidolons. If we can check how much gold Enigma fed with Eidolons, that'd be great.
I was going to say there's been quite a few of them dying this game. Okay, no, they're only 5.
So
not that many.
These 5. Medusa just got 3. Interesting. Very nice micro. No feed at all.
I guess he's been good with the denies on me, yeah. In the pit. Now, DGG, they're going to look for this Roche. And with the Desto on Pleb, and the help of the Pangos disarm, they should be able to get this pretty quickly. And it looks like something that's going to go completely past 11Monkeyz. I don't think they quite expected DGG to be able to sneak out and get this as quickly and silently as they have. A very nice pickup.
It's a lot of minus armor.
Yeah.
You have Corrosion, you have Pango's passive, and also Deso plus Meld. Roshan melts pretty much, and they should stick for a fight. Like, they have a Doom. They do have a Enigma. Oh my god, Enigma is actually holding a Philosopher's Stone on top of that, so he's gonna be super farmed this game.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. He's keeping up with all the cores. At the moment, it's BNC that's fallen behind as the offlane Spirit Breaker. And he has to be a little cautious on this top lane. We'll try and clear out the wave. He's got the Shadow Blade, so can play a little more hidden here in the shadows. The push will come through from DGG. So 11Monkeyz might have to turn up for a defense if they want to keep hold of this tier 2. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be against an Aegis TA.
I don't think they defend this tower. They should get something out of the map, maybe some chip damage on the bottom.
CBNC is going to try and jump in.
Rainbow TPs.
There we go. And coming in now to back up the Spirit Breaker, make sure they're safe. A quick Stone Gaze from Palantimos to just straight away cause DGG to really consider if they want to stay around, and they'll back off a little bit. 11Monkeyz, they turn up in their numbers, and they will slow down the push for now. BKB done on Owned Me.
Still, they haven't used their big abilities. Like, they have Black Hole, they have Doom. Even without the Rolling Thunder, they can still take the fight.
Blink Dagger ready to go on Pleb as well. Just keeping his timing solid and keeping the farm level with Palantimos' Medusa. Very close game on the numbers so far. 9 for 8, less than 1k, 20 minutes in. I still want to try to finish this tier 2 top. Yeah, TP'd in earlier. See if 11Monkeyz are going to have the same ability to turn up. It was a good courier snipe from Stoikov, as we saw Blink Dagger and Grove Bow put to the sidelines for Pleb.
Spirit Breaker alone is defending it now. I don't think this should be the case. They should just heavily commit. Someone should have a Dusk. Grimstroke does have 2 sentries on top of that. So this should fall, and if they want to rotate, like, I guess they're just afraid because they're not showing many heroes. You can see Medusa plus Io playing in the shadows. They're not seen, but there's no relocate.
Oh, look at this. I mean, DGG, they might try and poke at the high ground here with the 2 minutes of Aegis they've got left on Pleb. See how much they want to try and push it. They've got the whole team up here. Looks like, well, they'll back off. They don't want to try and force it too much. In fact, they're going to try and see if they can get a kill out of the bottom lane. Nice setup here with the Inkswell on MNT before he TP's over, gets in with the jump.
He knew that this is a position 5. If you're wondering, like, why did he do that? Why did he not go back? Because they just showed 3 heroes bottom, and now they feel much safer. They also have this global presence, so they can outnumber DGG much easier. It's not like he didn't, oh, I'm hitting a tier 2 tower. What could possibly go wrong? It's a position 5.
DGG, now that they're backed off from the top lane, I'll look to try and take some of the other tier 2s out, working on the mid. But still, 11Monkeyz absolutely in a position where they should be able to turn up and defend any further tier 2s that get contested by DGG. DGG still a little bit of time left on the Aegis from Pleb. Palantimos, those items coming in, and there's that big one. Skadi now done. Still hitting the timings here is the Medusa.
I think 11Monkeyz are going to feel very comfortable taking a fight once the Aegis expired, because Medusa does have this Skadi against the Templar Assassin. It's such a good item, and also against the Pango, value from Medusa's ulti is also gonna be like at every single stage of the game. You're playing against Medusa, you're playing against the Doom, so you can reset the fight. Even against the Pango ulti later on, if we're talking about Medusa being 5-6 slotted, she can kill Pango. Just right click ulti and right click and he dies.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
In terms of tier 2s, it's actually going to be 11Monkeyz getting away with taking this one down bottom. DGG not looking to set up to hold that.
Bottom tower has Radiant are scanning.
So if they want to try and catch them off the back of the retreat, they are smoked up. As you're going to see MNT show himself on the bottom lane, they just go straight in for the kill on the Doom and they'll get it. That's going to be him taken out. They'll lose Mary in return. Oh, BKB, he's ready to go. Only just gets in, drops the black hole in.
Oh, Medusa runs in.
Coming in there, healing him up. Charge over as well, and not going to get any kills straight away off the back of that black hole. The fallout damage wasn't immediately there. MTD's going to attempt to roll in, but at the same time, they're getting split up here. DGG buyback comes in from MNT, and with that buyback, he is able to get over, drop the Doom down onto Palantimos. MTD in with the damage, so is Pleb. As DGG off the back of the buyback from MNT, this team fight, it's theirs. They're going to get the cleanup. BNC trying to run, but their last hit flies through from Pleb to take him out.
Good buyback from Doom there to be able to just drop it on Medusa. Like, all they need to do is survive through this Solar Guardian and Medusa ulti, coil, and then reset, because their team fight after that is like almost non-existent. We can see the ulti coming in.
Look at this heal.
It's insane. Io popped the mech and came in.
There's some excellent sustain there to counter that big commitment from Owned Me. Going in with the BKB and the black hole. Not quite getting that quick kill off the back of it. And indeed, excellent read from MNT. Immediate buyback, gets himself right in the front of the fight and just gets that setup. You know, still 4 heroes alive from 11Monkeyz, but him being able to get in with the Doom, drop down with the Medusa, giving that safety for Pleb, and MTD to get in with the damage. Makes it a very, very tough fight for 11Monkeyz to walk away for. Only the puck, only Stoikov getting out alive.
And what's on menu for DGG is like they need to go for second Rosh. Roshan might respawn in a minute and a half, and this is when you try to go for the high ground, like try to win the game off the second Roshan. Once again, like all the abilities are gonna be up, and it's very easy for them to fight inside the pit. That's why they like. We can call it a sneak, but if 11Monkeyz decided to take the fight inside the pit, DGG will gladly take those fights.
11Monkeyz definitely going to be a bit more careful about how they go out the next move. Lincoln Sphere next on the menu for Pleb. They're going to try and go for it. Yeah, they're going to commit with the globals. See if they can take down Pleb whilst he's on his own. See, Pleb just turns and actually kills Mary. He's going to get one of the kills. In fact, they're having to back away from this one.
Gotta run. I mean, Grimstroke showed up with the shard and another refraction.
This is an awkward spot for Palantimos to be in. The team's sort of split up. I mean, can Palantimos survive through this one? He's getting focused down by Pleb. He's able to get the Stone Gaze off in time. And now he's looking to turn. They get the Dream Core control off onto Pleb. It's going to work out. They're able to turn and take down the TA.
I think they needed Enigma. Enigma was split pushing the top lane. Like, there's some damage being dealt on the tier 3 tower, but I feel like they needed the Midnight Pulse, and also if they don't keep track on this black hole.
Or MNT. Oh, he's not going to quite be able to get ZYZZ. In fact, ZYZZ, he's going to be able to turn and take him down in turn.
Value. I think he could have turned and ate the creep.
Ends up being, yeah, a very good fight for 11Monkeyz. It looked to be a bit of an awkward start, committing in and suddenly realizing, hang on, pleb, maybe we bit off a bit more than we could chew there, as he turns and takes down Mary, and then Palantimos being where he was, but it all works out at the end of the day. The team's able to turn up.
I think Pleb expected the rest of the team to connect with him because he played so aggressive. It looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there, what needs to be done, because they already took down one hero immediately. So they wanted to take the fight, but they got outnumbered in the end.
I'm going to see Palantimos as well. Get the BKB next after Crystallis. Make sure that he can commit into these fights with not too much concern. Particularly, of course, always having multiple dispels to make sure that that disarm from the Pango doesn't catch him.
It's about mana burn and mostly this harm that you mentioned. It's just very annoying for Medusa to play into it. Yeah, she does have Manta style, but Swashbuckle is such a low cooldown and Pango can easily connect on top of you. I love the Crystallis on Medusa because it gives you, like, you don't have to commit. It's a cheap item, but sometimes you need a little bit of extra damage, and feels really good on Medusa.
There we go, BNC. He's got his axe done over the Shadow Blade. We'll see DGG start to go for the Roshan. Took it down, of course, very quickly last time, and it's going to be a similar state this time round still, with the damage the Pleb's kicking out. Let's see if they're going to have anything to say about it. Over to the side, the silence is causing some trouble, but the Solar Guardian heal is there. It's going to be added by time, but Omi's in with the jump. 2-man, but 3-man Black Hole, in fact, finally gets put to an end by the Stone Gaze, and that will get the opportunity for Stoikov to again survive. He's able to get out to the side. MTD's been dream cold, as Stoikov's able to turn around, slam down the ult. 11Monkeyz, they get the 2 kills, they both go into the hands of Palantimos.
It looked really, really good. Like this 2-man into like 3-man Black Hole when he came out of the phase shift, still couldn't do it because the healing coming out from the Solar Guardian and also Io with the mech is a bit too much. Like Medusa, like they can't just focus Medusa down. They need to play around it. They need to be able to reset. Also, Doom was not available. Doom was on cooldown for 5 to 10 seconds.
Really, really nice counter to play here that we're seeing from 11Monkeyz, exactly why they drafted as they did. Dawnbreaker, IO combo, making sure that, yeah, these black holes, which as you say, they're being strong. It's just not enough. They can live through it, and Palantimos, he's been surviving very nicely through the last few engagements that DGG's tried to bring. Actually gonna have a buyback from MTD. They really don't want to let 11Monkeyz get this Roshan. Jump forward, they commit heavily onto BNC, but the save's gonna be there with the tether. They're keeping BNC protected for now. The Doom got laid down onto Palantimos, but he got the BKB off in time. So there's very little follow-up damage that they can use to focus on towards the Medusa immediately. They do get the kill on BNC, but Palantimos, he's more than fine. And 11Monkeyz, they want to try and chase and keep this fight going. Dream Coil again laid down onto MTD, is able to roll up, turns back in with an excellent 3-man Swashbuckle and Shield Crash. They've taken out BNC and Mary, triple kill for MTD. This is the fight that DGG were looking for, and they're not done. MTD gets back in with a Swashbuckle onto Palantimos. Palantimos out of mana, finally able to get the Stone Gaze off. There's trying to save him. Stepboy says they're coming in, but he can't take Palantimos out in time. The silence catches him, he's still out himself, but of course he'll be taking a trip back to the same area, and DGG will be waiting for him. Again, an excellent buyback from DGG, this time from MTD, coming in as the Pango and making sure they can take a fantastic team fight.
Excellent buyback, understanding, and also the good usage of the roll-up into 3-man Swashbuckle. Like, even without the, like, one ulti being on cooldown, they can still take the fight. They don't want to commit. Like, they don't want to kill the Roshan.
They're gonna try and go for the high ground push here.
Medusa doesn't have a buyback, so no buyback on Io either. Like they might be having a really good read because Medusa just bought a full BKB.
Well, BNC is going to get jumped here. MTD's ready to dive in with the Thunder. Rolling in. MNC will have to put the BKB in back off.
It's time to get out. Like, try to go inside the pit. 25 seconds, 40 seconds for Io.
No, they got the Aegis.
Oh, they got it?
Yeah, they actually picked it up amidst that fight. Pleb's got it. He's ready to push.
Never mind.
That was a bit of a sneaky one. I think it was right in the middle of the action. Pleb got in to finish it off.
Yeah, because he's holding it for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Never mind. I'm just being blind. Yeah, because Roshan was very low.
It was, yeah.
Apologies.
Hey, we might be able to get a replay of it.
JJ, get me the
JJ.
replay so I don't look stupid.
And we've got, well, yeah, Shard. Shard ended up going the way of Owned Me. And they get the tier 3, they'll back off. We're more than happy to wait out for the next push. They've still got many minutes to play with that Aegis. Level 23 now in Pleb. And getting those Deso damage stacks up very, very nicely. There we go. So this is where it happened. We were watching, of course, all the action when it was when MTD brought back and was popping off.
He was doing it alone.
Yeah.
We're watching the triple kill for Pangolier. Templar Assassin, she also got the shard. Doom is the only hero that doesn't have a shard at the moment. They already bought it.
Everyone else has.
Everyone else bought it.
All right. And now Pleb, I mean, they can definitely keep this push going. They might even have to consider buying back on Stoikov. 50 seconds without him. And DGG, they push hard. See what they can do here on the defensive 11Monkeyz. It's very likely this top Brax. It's going to be hard to hold on Alan Timos. Trying to do his best. I mean, MTD's considering going in. Off him up with the Ink Swell, but he won't quite look to jump. Charge over from BNC. He's going to be heading the way of Pleb. He's trying to slow down the damage output of the TA onto the barracks.
Kill the Wraith back. Get that easy 20 gold.
Now stalling them a little bit. Making sure that time's going to be there for Stoikov to get back in the game without the buyback necessary. They only lose the range racks. Got the full 5-man back in. Agadim's done for MTD, so many more bashes and diffusal mana burn procs to be thrown out through the thunders and the shield crashes. BNC is going to try and clear out the wave in the mid. They're going to have their eyes on him, and he's going to get knocked up to the high ground. May give him a chance to charge out. No, never mind. MTD jumps up with a shield crash. BNC is gone.
He knew exactly what he wants to do, to get the bounce back, pushed on the high ground, and he immediately knew. Turns 180 and jumps on the hill, and now they're chasing.
Yeah, MNC closing the gap on Mary. Nowhere for them to run. 2 dead. DGG cleaning them up one by one, setting things up to get all the space they need to push in once more and make the most with this last 30 seconds of Aegis that Pleb's holding on to.
He's full. 20 extra damage on Deso. Has that enchanted quiver for extra range. Also with the Hurricane Pike. There's the silence from the trap.
Starting to poke at Palantimos, see if they can get some sort of reaction out. Maybe a BKB or a Stone Gaze. He's holding on to the 2 of them. He'll head back. Has to refuel with the mana burn as low as it was. That means the space is here for DGG to take that mid-brax. No struggle whatsoever.
Pango's massive. Like, he went for a different talent on level 15. Usually players do take extra Rolling Thunder duration, but he went for the Shield Crash CD while in Rolling Thunder, and now he has Axe. Like, there's a big... Like, there's a lot of time until you farm that Aghanim Scepter, so this talent is kind of meh, but once you get the Axe, then it's really, really good.
And next for DGG, it'll just be a move to the bottom, get that creep wave push around for the tier 2. We'll have a smoke up from 11Monkeyz. With the Aegis gone out of the hands of Pleb, this is the time to strike, but it's not going to be simple. DGG, they have their ults themselves ready to take a team fight back. They've got to get a solid jump here, 11Monkeyz, to start off the action. Well, looks like they don't think that they'll be able to find it. They have to head back and deal with the pressure of the mid-wave. Not quite able to get out of their base to look to take a fight against DGG for now. Their best move might just be to wait for the next push from DGG.
Pango just hit level 25, so minus 25 seconds on Rolling Thunder.
They're I got Refresher on Owned Me, Daedalus done on Pleb. Really big items coming out up top. Oh, very, very quick there with the Doom MNT. He'll find the setter. We are going to see a bit of an attempt to save him. Palantimos will be brought over. They're looking to keep their Spirit Breaker alive, and they'll be able to do exactly that. Or maybe they'll have to deny him. No, okay, no deny. He's dead. As Palantimos will get taken out by ZZ.
It's a position 4, but he got, what, 800 gold from it? Did Medusa got the kill? She did. 500 gold for Medusa. We might be in Divine Rapier territory.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
I think it's time to queue it up. Buy that Demon Edge. I don't think buyback is going to do much here. It's all about Medusa dealing the damage right now.
Oh, Ownby. He's ready to go. He puts the BKB, jumps in, but the Stone Gaze reaction was there immediately from Palantimos, and now they're just going to look to clean up. 11Monkeyz, they've taken down the 3 of them, MTD and Loading. They've got to run, but Loading, he's not able to get out in time, and neither's MTD. It's going to be a full team wipe.
Yeah, I don't think they should have go for that fight. So, like, there's a chance that Spirit Breaker has buyback. You're fighting near the base.
That was a rough one. A bit of a pause. We see as well. I think it was quite a telegraphed initiation from Owned Me, right? The BKB.
Yeah, you can hear the BKB. Right. He saw it.
Look,
that
little bit of a pause gave time for the Stone Gaze to easily be cast by Palantimos.
Yeah, he's like, gotta breathe it in, and yeah, he gave enough time for Medusa. Medusa's out of mana completely, but the rest of the team is gonna go in and clean it up. Like what
do you think the reason was for the hesitation?
Oh, I thought you wanted to say what's the reason for the pause?
Oh, we just found, toilet. I mean,
right after they got a team wipe, they got to use the toilet.
Yeah.
So what's the question again?
Yeah,
you wanted to ask a real question.
Yeah, no, the hesitation there from Owned Me, right?
Didn't shift Q, I think.
Yeah, maybe he sort of just wanted to sort of read the situation after he got in deep as he was to maybe get the positioning in a way that you could catch multiple heroes. But yeah, it did mean easy Stone Gaze for Palantimos.
And now Medusa has 4.5k gold in the bank.
The temptation's going to be there. But then again, at the same time, if you just want a team fight like that, you've got a team wipe, maybe you're not going to feel the desperation of an item like a Divine Rapier anymore.
Maybe.
Because that was as big of a team fight win as you get. Everybody is alive, and everyone on the enemy team, they're dead.
If he wants to go different route, I think Butterfly is also fine.
Yeah.
They might need something like a Lotus Orb.
And there we go, just as you said it.
He's listening.
He is. Oh, what we got at the moment? Looks like some webcam issues.
Yeah, I mean, Palantimos, even with his camera turned on, we can't see anything anyway.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh, back in action. And that was quite the shake-up for DGG. They still have the monetary lead, 8k up. But losing a fight like that on a push is definitely going to hurt, especially when you're feeding all that money and XP into the hands of a Medusa.
Middle tower is under attack.
I think I cracked what the MNT means. It means must not throw. They're trying their hardest, but sometimes it gets the worst out of you. Now full Butterfly done on Medusa. Needs this creep wave for level 25. She's going to go for plus 75 intelligence. Nope, never. It's just like...
Can we get a little talent like percentage? That's a 0%, right, on the talent picking?
I don't think it is.
You think there's maybe a 5%? Would you give it on games picked?
If we're getting it from the professional games, I would say 1% because someone probably misclicked it.
7%? Surprising. Anyway, bottom lane. I see them drop down the link here on the two of them, but they don't care. They're sticking around. I mean, they're holding on the buybacks. They don't want to use their buybacks here, of course, Pleb and MTD. So it will mean they'll have to concede the bottom racks.
So those 7%, that needs to be from like public games, right? Those are the stats.
I think it's pro. I think it's pro stats, isn't it? Observer, give us a wiggle at the mouse, because they always know. Is it pro stats, yes or no? Okay, no, the mouse is just... Never mind. We'll never know.
Because 7% feels way too much.
You're right. Actually, no, it can't be pro games. We're never getting pros picking the 75.
I think it's the Heralds. I think Heralds are doing like it's not something, but it's an honest.
No,
first.
you know what?
Pumping the numbers.
You know
up.
what the big brain answer is? It might be pro games, but it probably still considers the pick when it hits level 30.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
You cracked it.
It may just be the level 30 stats that convolute that information. I think that's probably likely. Because even in pub games, nobody's picking that one. There's
You
all
never know,
Yeah,
Owen.
there we go, including level 30 picks.
Okay, that
There we
makes
go.
more sense.
Problem solved. We're on the case.
Took us a while.
Yeah.
Third is Roche. Refresher, Cheese, and Aegis.
Yeah, this is going to be the first one for 11Monkeyz. Last 2 times went the way of DGG, but yeah, off the back of that move top, 11Monkeyz, they're firmly back in the game. And who's going to be taking a bit of each? Should be, well, actually, they're leaving Palantir must do it on their own, so it's not super quick, but it looks to be pretty safe. DGG aren't going to be able to get here in time. Any big refresher plays in particular? You let the refresher
Not,
go to? Maybe
not
a bit of the
really.
puck?
I mean, you can give it to Medusa.
Yeah.
Like double ulti, double BKB
That
doesn't
is
sound
nice.
too bad.
Yeah, that is true.
Because you can counter the second black hole as
Yep.
well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, at least Omi does have the 2 black holes to play with, but as we're seeing, it's the stone gaze. The stone gaze has been the huge struggle for him. We'll see up top player. It's going to jump in now, take out Mary. Palantir's able to get him with the Doom drop down onto BNC. Palantir is going to try and help out. They got the relocate to take BNC out of trouble. This means Palantir has been kind of left on his own. And the backup will be over soon. In fact, Stoikov to the side. Excellent Dream Coil onto the 2 of them. That's going to be a dead Lodi. Palantimos, mana's low, but of course he's going to have a second life even though
He's getting bashed.
down the 1. They're trying to focus down this Medusa. M&T has to back up. They've got the heals there straight away. Palantimos, he's back up to full HP. That black hole, it ain't going to
The
do
blank
much at all.
refresh.
And we'll be able to get Omi back to safety. But they weren't able to even take out the Aegis from Palantimos. Excellent heals coming in once more. As 11Monkeyz doing a fantastic job each and every time to keep their cores healed up whenever they have huge ultimates thrown down upon them. And Stoikov is going to keep the chase up on the mid. MNT will jump in. And he's going to attempt to get out, but they've got the vision. They take him down. MTD rolls up with the Thunder. A loading. Huge amounts of damage coming out now from this Medusa. Buyback from ZZ. They want to keep this push going. Palantimos has the stages for 3.5 minutes. Still with a refresher in the BKB. It's going to be very hard to slow down this Medusa. We'll see if MNT considers buying back himself.
Only Dawnbreaker bought back. Look at Spirit Breaker going
He was
in.
ready to go, and in fact, he bakes out the buyback.
There's still one more black hole because he refreshed immediately.
It's
And
gotta be a
Medusa
big one.
very low on mana.
Let's see what he can do with it. Still 15 seconds and still Stone Gaze. Palantimos, they might have the chance of taking him down the once. Tether in from ZYZZ, but indeed, Palantimos will fall the first time. So they can set up for a second move. BKB from Omi is in with the setup. BKB in the black hole. He's able to lock down the 2, and then they're bringing Palantimos down pretty low. They've got enough damage. Rolling Thunder control, it's there. They take him out. This time around, the team fight combo, enough to deal with Palantimos.
They managed to finally bring him down. A lot of commitment. They did use a couple of buybacks. Maybe, I don't know if it would matter if Medusa gets the BKB. Did she pass?
I think he maybe dropped it down in the fountain right for someone else to pick up. Yeah, she dropped
Yeah,
it down
yeah.
because she's out for... Oh, does have the
She was
buyback
holding it.
available. Not something that BNC and, of course, ZYZZ have at their own luxury. They're out for 90 seconds, the 2 of them. So, quite a window now for DGG to get back in with a push and maybe threaten even some tier 4s, maybe even more. It might be hard for them to defend. I mean, Palantimos almost certainly going to have to buy back.
He needs to buy back. Like, he needs to buy back immediately.
Here we go. Coming in with the buyback. Starting off the defense, but they're going to get in, and they're getting them with the jump. See, they're trying to jump with the backlines, but they get the double doom off. Solar Guardian's coming in. Is it going to be enough heals to save Palantimos? It's not. Palantimos die back for him. Only Stoikov left alive here as he'll attempt to defend against the full 5-man of DGG, and I don't think he can quite do it. MTD, he's staying on top of him in the instant bash there as he comes out of the phase shift. He'll look to jump up, but MNT's got the stun control. They lock him down. They take him out.
That's it. They use the buybacks. They're going to call it.
GG, it's there. DGG, this first game will be theirs. A bit of a roller coaster, a bit of a back and forth, but at the end of it all, they're able to close it up.
This game reminds me of Ivy against Enigma Galaxy. I believe it was game 2 where like Ivy was ahead. They needed to close out the game, and I think the same thing happened here. Like they know that DGG is a stronger team. Like they are a real team with the sponsor now being introduced as well. But yeah, I think they had it. They just wanted to stall the game a little bit more, and this play from Enigma using the refresher to be able to blink out, reset, and then using the buyback, getting it. Maybe they needed to just wait until, because Spirit Breaker is a lot of control in those fights, and he had to use it. His buyback was still on cooldown for 2 minutes, so if they wanted to chill a little bit, maybe that would be a better plan.
Well, yeah, end of the day, the 11Monkeyz definitely showing us some potential with a bit of an unorthodox pick, right? These are the Dawnbreakers, the Ayos. We saw what sort of power it could have against the Enigma, but at the end of the day, not enough to sort of carry them through and keep Palantimos alive. Some great focus in the last few fights from MNT and Lodi, getting that Soulbind Doom combo off onto the targets that mattered. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. DGG, off the back of that, they'll get that first game victory of the series. They'll take the first one. 1-0 at the moment against 11Monkeyz.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
It might not have been the cleanest Dota that we watch, but boy was it entertaining. I love this game. I think that obviously DGG in the end comes out victorious, which is nice for them, and we thought they were going to be the stronger team here today, but 11Monkeyz, whew, did they show up, and their global lineup. We said that if it works out, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And this game was indeed a lot of fun to watch. We had a lot of funky interactions, like that one right there. We had a lot of great team fights, black holes. It had everything you wish for fun.
One of the better games of enjoyment that I feel like I've seen in quite a long time.
Yeah, that was good shit.
Because like everyone is doing solo plays too. Like MTD, he popped off a couple times. MNT, oh God, we have a lot of three-letter names here, but MNT popped up as well. They all had their moments. Yeah, like every single player on. I mean, we're giving a lot. I'll give a lot of credit to DGG because I really like their draft and the way that they played around it for the most part. But the other team too, like everybody had these clutch moments throughout the game, like these saves from IOs, Dawnbreaker ults.
Yeah,
super exciting game.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
It's good stuff.
I want that injected straight into my veins.
Yeah.
That's the Dota that I like. And Own Me on the Enigma as well. He was going for these holes where Medusa was not facing in the right way, and then the Pangolier bounce roll comes. The roll comes in, bounces the Medusa in, so the Stone Gaze gets off. Like, that was good Dota. That's like the sort of
it was entertaining Dota.
It's super fun.
That's
like,
good Dota to me.
Yes,
that's all I care about.
Like for me, always I'm always about the person who looks for the dumb shit that happens in games, like the analyst stuff, you know. So then when you see like the Pango roll up and then he gets bonked out of the puck coil and then he gets a 3-man squash into shield crash, like,
and he knew he knew that was coming because he immediately goes for the shield crash swashbuckle. Like he was playing for that.
Yeah,
we were both just watching backstage, just like, dude, that's so sexy.
We actually said the word sexy
that's
as well.
That's a sexy play.
Because it was.
That's a nice play.
I mean, this game had a lot of potential for those type of plays, though. I don't know what it made about these two lineups, that there could be so many like individual pro tier showing. We saw also there was a lot of reactionary play from both squads to save each other, and then it
all
works.
the saves and the counters working both ways, where it's like one hero can go in, it's a Pango, and then the Deuce of Stone Gaze comes out, and then the Enigma goes in, or he's not facing the right direction. Like, there's just so many like counter plays that can come out. If it's more of like, I guess, a normal draft on both sides, where one of them just gets a lead and all of a sudden they run over the other, and there's not these like counterplays that can come out. We don't see Dota like that. That's why I love it when Enigma is like a top tier hero. It just makes the game so fun to watch because there's always potential to win fights. I feel like Pango's a very similar hero in terms of team fights. There's always some sort of sequence of abilities you can press where you just dumpster. Like there was that one fight where he had the Arcane Rune, and we saw him keep like a 35% damage reduction for like 50 seconds straight or something like that.
Yeah,
like, that was insane.
Yeah, it was a great game. We have got to look at the player versus player. We chose the mid laners, which might not have been the most exciting matchup that we could think of, but it was definitely, in terms of performance, relatively stable performances from both players, Fog.
Both
we are
not
lacking.
unlocked.
We will get the pictures at some point.
It was
They
really
look very similar at this point, though.
It was really cool because they both were addressing each other really well. Like the puck was always coiling this Pango to try to interrupt him and just make him have a rougher time, but MTD somehow always ended up surviving. He was sticking on his targets, really using his roll-ups really nicely too. Yeah, it was really entertaining to watch from both of these mid laners' perspectives, making the plays.
Usually we use those to like show the difference between, it's like, all right, this guy had a shit game, this guy had a sick game. But this one was just like, no, they're both playing so well and so fast. We actually just want to show both and then highlight how great they both are.
Yeah.
And then there's no pictures of them. It's like we're just praising blank character
I mean,
select.
also Stoikov at the end had his webcam turned up as well.
Yeah, he was getting in real trouble for that.
Yeah. I mean, it was really fun. I think that as far as first games of the tours for both teams, obviously DGG getting the win here is great for them. But this was a great first impression. Because do we have high expectations from 11Monkeyz? Obviously, we knew 2 players and we've seen them before, but it's a fresh squad, right?
It's a fresh squad, yeah, for sure. And also they did it with their own strategy, right? Like maybe it's not like heroes they just love, but it's heroes that they liked versus what they're playing against. And to be able to just go for that when you're a newer team coming into these type of experienced teams, I think that says a lot. It also, you could tell it was throwing off DGG. Like
They were losing it,
They almost lost. Well, they maybe even should have lost that game because of these over-aggressive plays into the IOs and the Dawnbreakers. So I love seeing teams that are willing to do that, even though it can be hard to execute and it's not the norm.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. 11Monkeyz like that. From what I saw in the qualifiers, that is not this sort of stuff that they were... This is a new strat for them. Like, this is something that they thought they would pull out here. And also in the qualifiers, it was something where they, like, it felt like they were a team that was getting better and better every game. And so to see them come in here and play against DGG, previously Chillax, third place team, and have a pretty solid showing, that's great for them.
Yeah.
That looks really good for them in the season to at the very least stay in the division.
Yeah, absolutely. This first game does have our hopes up a little bit for game number 2.
It does.
Oh, please. Yes, please.
Come on, more of that. More of that.
More of that, because that was a lot of fun, and I'm sure all of you will agree as well. We definitely need a little bit more of a breather before we head to another game, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with game 2. Game one of this best of 3 series between DGG and 11Monkeyz has got us wishing for more. We had a fantastic back and forth. It ticked all the boxes when I'm watching Dota 2. Hype moments, individual outplays, a little bit of mess-ups here and there. You need those as well to make it entertaining. And game 2, I can only hope that it's going to be a fraction of that, because I don't think we get those games that frequently. Obviously, it gets our hopes up, but got to also be realistic. What's going to happen in game 2 is going to depend largely on the draft, though, and we have that for you right now, as we have got DGG on the Radiant side, Monkeyz on the Dire side, and first pick went to DGG, and they are well into the draft, and we have a quite the change up on 11Monkeyz. It was the respect ban for the IO that DGG came out with.
Pick Timber. Pick the Timber. There's a CK and a Phoenix.
The strength duo. Ooh.
Oh, he's munching on some sweet chili heat right there. All right.
Nice snacks.
My boy.
Okay. So they'll go for the egg hitter.
Big boy.
That also can potentially scale in a way versus the CK. But okay, that's a really early Jug pick.
Jugger is also considered to be good against Phoenix, right? Because it's one of the ones that hits the egg, I mean, it is early. They did play the Doom as support, of course, previously.
Yep. Seconds remaining.
That's kind of a... I mean...
I don't think I've ever seen a Jug first 2 pick.
Do you feel like Jug is going to be banned on second phase? I feel like that's a... Like, they really think that this is good against these 2 heroes if they don't want it to get banned. Because I feel like a lot of carries would be like, there's options other than Jug. But, like, these guys just have a read that Jug is just insane versus these 2 heroes.
Maybe they're also just like, okay, if we pick the Jug now, maybe they forget about the Grimstroke, and now we get a Grim, Jug, and a Doom. Maybe they're trying to get all 3 somehow. I don't know. That's what I was.
He's got a Coca-Cola fridge in his background.
Yeah, and a dartboard and a guitar.
Wait,
he's
that's
got
an exciting room.
That's a
he's
great
got a
room.
really cool. It looks like an attic room, so it looks like nice.
And I don't want to
attic room.
confuse. That's MTD. No, that's oh my goodness. Oh my god, I keep forgetting faces and names.
I don't know who that is, but he's definitely a player in this game.
Thanks, Jen.
Lovely. I think he's one of the chillax guys, though.
Yeah,
it's not Lodine, because Lodine is the one with the blonde hair, and he was wearing turtlenecks last tour. I remember that.
I'm so bad. I should know this. I knew before, now I forgot. Oh, the Grim is banned. Puck's now also going to get taken out. It was annoying, a little bit annoying for them last game, so I don't mind them taking that out. And also they have a Phoenix, so whenever you see like a support's going to have a bit of lack of control, Puck seems to come to mind almost every time to be that control that's lacking.
Yeah, and something like a CK stun is just so projected. Like you love playing against stuff like that as Puck and Storm.
But that's on his. That would be on his team.
You're correct.
DGG's the one.
Yes. All right. Well, Doom falls under the same category.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
It's a disable, but it's like a long cast point disable.
But MNT owned on it. Like his combos, the Infernal Blade stomps.
Yeah.
He was really on point last game.
True.
When you get the shard, it actually feels like a pretty good disable hero.
It does, yeah.
A low cooldown disable, I should say.
There's a lot of really cool interactions that I feel people forget with shards. Like last night, I was watching the EG series, and Monkey King shard dodging stuns. People were so confused. They're like, wait, Mischief dodges stuns? It's like, no, with the shard. You have to remember things. Like, so there's a lot of really fun stuff.
It's not a shard that gets picked up very frequently as
Almost
well.
never.
So
imagine being like an old Dota player. You come back, there's all these shards and 25 talents. Monkey King's ring is just like twice the size, and you're like, what the hell? This hero's OP.
I mean, why is Monkey? What the hell's this hero, right? Like,
that's true. He's still snacking away on that sweet chili heat.
Nice.
I mean, he should snack now because he won't be able to have the time during the game.
He's gonna need a bathroom break during the game.
He'll be all right.
Doritos? Are you kidding me? You know what that does to the intestines?
Well, it depends on how much water you drink.
He'll be all right.
If you drink water, you'll be fine.
I feel like the type of guy to eat Doritos is not the type to be hydrated, if I'm being honest here.
And the DK ban. All right. A lot of offlaners gone. Mars still in the pool, though. So they left the Mars Phoenix combo for 11Monkeyz if they want to go for it.
Yeah, good point. And I guess maybe the idea is, you've Jug, so...
Well, they banned Pango, so that tells me they're picking Mars. But they'll pick Snapfire instead. Okay.
Well, that blocks the potential snap to counter the Phoenix from the other side.
And
Absolutely.
it still makes for a great Mars game because Snap Mars is a great combo as well,
Yes,
right?
it is.
It does.
Yeah.
Do you just
Maybe they're just
take
I
it
think
here?
you take it from them,
From
right?
DGG?
I think you might want to just take it away.
10 seconds.
But then you have Doom and Mars.
Doom Mars Jug. That
That
sounds...
sounds really bad.
that's
for Phoenix.
that's sussy.
Like Phoenix also, it's like, yeah, you have the Jug who can hit the egg, but Sunray's going to be amazing. But they
Go
go
for it
for it
anyway.
anyway.
Okay,
I mean, you kind of have to, right? Like, you're kind of in
Yeah.
a position where you might just have to.
It feels a little too good. I mean, it's real
It's good
nice.
versus CK.
It's great
anyway,
against CK,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. So Sunray could be amazing this game, though. If he gets good positioning for his Sunrays versus the Doom and the Mars,
Okay,
can be really good.
this next hero's got to be a ranged hero. Maybe Dark Willow or something.
You just think of the combo.
Yeah, combo with the Mars. I mean, it needs to be a ranged hero in general. Because you know, on a... Oh, Lich, okay.
That's a
I
ranged
wouldn't
hero.
expect that one,
And it combos with Mars.
Another decent
sorta.
combo, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you know, Mars ult is no Chronosphere, but you're still keeping heroes in a confined area for the Chain Frost to bounce around.
And Lich Jug. So it's not Grimstroke, but in the lane, it's still very potent.
Yeah.
Really high kill potential. I also really do like this hero quite a bit versus CK. I think Frost Shield is something that's really undervalued a lot of times. CK hits super hard, throws like 60% damage reduction shield onto somebody for 7 seconds when you have talents and whatnot. It's actually really strong for CK.
At the major, we saw a couple of Liches come out for the same reason as well, right?
It is something that I think people have still not ventured in too much because Lich isn't the most popular hero, but I do like Lich. Shard's really nice too.
Yeah, that is
Some good ult combos.
pretty good. Let's see what offlaner 11Monkeyz is going to go for instead. But Chaos Knight might potentially be offlane, of course.
Fun thing about the Lich Shard with Mars too is like even that's a great shot. Even if you catch one hero in Mars ult and you have Lich Shard, you can Chain Frost and put your Shard down, and you can pretty much kill them alone just because of the bounces between the two.
I
So
think
a
if
ton
we
of
were
damage.
doing a bingo card of the camera angles that TGov tweeted, we would have already been able to tick all 3 of them easily. Nice camera angles and light, nice foreheads.
Yeah.
These guys are all together, it seems. It's in a bit of a boot camp scenario.
So what do they want anything else BKB piercing? Because right now they have Egg, but Egg's not going to really be too easy to get off by any means.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I suppose late game they've CK Reality Rift with the talent.
Radiant team.
So that,
There you go.
yeah, there we go.
Back to the SB.
So of course it worked out almost previous game. Spear Breaker as a core though, did we like it? Are we going to see that more often? Because obviously it's flavor for 11Monkeyz, but is that potential for other teams as well?
In some situations, yes, but I actually don't like it versus Mars because all 3 of his abilities stop the charge. Rebuke stops it, Spear stops it, Ult stops it. So it's pretty sad to play Spirit Breaker versus Mars a lot of time.
I just realized it's a 4-strength hero lineup.
It is. Oh my god, imagine they had the Timber that I was saying, right?
They go Timber mid.
Yes, actually. Actually do it.
Why not? Surely he's going
Ban
to
of the Queen of Pain.
It could be, they could be doing
If the next ban is a Bat Rider.
If it's a Bat Rider.
If the next ban is a Bat, it's a Timber mid.
Yeah, but then they could Necro mid.
Is it really that sick against Timber mid? I feel like you get so many levels.
I mean, yeah, it's probably fine for the... I mean, it's probably okay for Timber, I guess. But.
Radiant team.
Yeah. Reasonable. I mean, I feel like for DGG, also a Bat Rider is not bad for them. Anytime you get to this point in the draft, it's like there's so few dispels in Dota that are good in Dota right now.
Bat just
Bat is always
takes over games.
Yeah, he's
by
always got
himself.
potential.
Yeah, I agree. I think MTD played Mars mid too, if I'm not mistaken.
In previous tour.
I think so. So I think this could also still be a Mars flex. Doesn't know his matchup, but I think he was one of the other players. There are a lot of players that do like still playing it in the mid lane.
It does seem like a good Underlord game if they do flex the Mars and they ban the Bat. They ban the exact. That's funny. That's really funny. I mean, yeah, it's always just nuts at this point in the game. That does make me think some like Underlord type hero is what they're aiming for on DGG.
If they put the Mars mid, and
If they put
Underlord
the-
looks excellent. Yeah.
Looks insane.
Stopping the charge, good versus 4 strength.
5 seconds.
What do we want from the mid laner out of 11Monkeyz? Other than the bat.
Radiant team pick.
Death Prophet is going to be last ban there. Does it tell us anything?
That's probably. I mean, I think that's just protecting. That's also just like
Yeah,
the
protecting the strength.
scuff timber. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Alright.
percentage HP.
Because we are missing the mid laners for both squads at the moment. DGG, of course, has to pick first, so 11Monkeyz has the chance and 50 extra seconds in their bonus time to think about what they want to do to counter it.
Invoker would be pretty sick, too. You just Quasu X, mana burn all these strength heroes.
It's really good versus Spirit Breaker as well, too.
Purge
and versus CK.
Yeah.
Because Deafening Blast late game is really strong, and then purging off the Bulldogs. I could see the Invoker. That's a good suggestion.
MTD definitely plays Invoker. I think we've seen that.
It's a pretty nasty Invoker game.
I'm just wondering if they want to fix the lanes, because do you want Mars Doom together? That's why I'm like suggesting the Mars mid. So like, well, I'm I'm thinking it's a Mars mid at least.
Mars Doom does seem pretty trash.
Yeah. Well, they'll go for the Tiny.
Okay, so Tiny instead. That's a bit of an interesting one.
So it is Mars Doom.
So it is going to be the Mars.
Looks like it.
You know what?
There's so many strength heroes in this game.
Yeah, this is some like random draft where the other heroes get banned.
5 seconds.
You wanna make a guess whether it boosts strength or not? You got 33% chance. Which it's gonna be.
I'm just thinking what they would want versus Tiny, because it's a really beefy lineup right now.
I mean, Necrophos is still in the pool.
Yeah, they banned all of the they banned all of the percentage damage heroes themselves, so it's really just Necrophos left.
That's
well, Underlord, I guess, but Underlord versus Jug seems terrible. Maybe not. Maybe it's not that bad.
And Necrophos is not that mobile compared to the rest of the heroes.
I just know Jug is considered a counter to Necro.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm thinking he's trying to
dumpster a Necro.
Well, it would be Spirit Breaker off lane, right? To Necro.
Yeah. It will be a Visage. We did see DGG ban out Visage in the first game, actually.
They did.
And that made me think, like, okay, they probably know something that we don't, so they left it in this time around, though. So we're gonna get to see what DGG were afraid of in game 1. Why is it good here?
I mean, it's the mid Visage, too, so... Oh, no, it's a 5 Visage. Wait, what?
Yep, that's a Mary.
Oh, I don't like that hero support.
All right, they're laning against Jug or Doom plus Mars, so I do feel like there's a lot of clicking action that can. I do feel like Visage CK will do very well against that lane, but then again, I don't know if you had to pick a Visage in order to do well against that lane.
That's what I'm
I
like.
feel
What
CK
is this,
does well against?
What is the Visage like? This is the Visage game. He can kill Healing Ward and stuff, I guess, and he does give an element of better team fight damage and I guess protection for Phoenix.
If you guys are that convinced that Visage support is not great, but maybe Mary is just the only one that plays Visage.
He did play
and
Dawnbreaker.
he did, but the Stoikov Snapfire, maybe they'll swap roles. I don't
hope not.
I mean, I hope not, but I think it. I mean, it's something to keep on the back of your mind. I don't know. Per se, we'll find out. Assuming. I mean, I'm thinking Snapfire is still going to be mid. How does Snapfire do against Tiny?
I mean, it's Snap versus a melee hero, so he's going to be able to get his farm, but Tiny's should be able to farm, like free farm.
They both farm. I mean, they can both die too with the rotation. Lots of stuns, nukes, slows, tossbacks that can happen. No Tiny Airlines though. That's going to be patched out.
Yeah, tonight only.
Only on teammates.
Big J
or
Jeff.
Where maybe right now, maybe there's patch happening right now, and who knows? It's definitely already the 8th in Seattle, so we're just counting down. Yeah, but this game, does it have the potential to be as crazy as...
I think so. I mean, both drafts look fairly even to me, to be honest with you. It's just going to be a lot of battling. Who gets these... Like, if Tiny's able to get his blink early, how much action he's going to be able to make across the map. Is he going to get ganked in mid? I think that's an important thing to look at. Is the Snapfire going to get an advantage?
Yeah.
Some rotations?
I feel like with 11Monkeyz and the way they draft and just say, screw it, we're going to go Visage 5. I feel like every game that they have this attitude is going to be good.
Yeah, and they can set the pace definitely with the heroes that they have as well. So if they get their hands on that, if that's tempo, then we should be in for a good one once again. But let's find out how it's going to play out. We're heading over to OD Pixel and Lacoste.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 2 of 11Monkeyz versus DGG. Lacoste, we're again getting some sort of exciting support play from Mary. Last time we saw them bringing out the Dawnbreaker support. This game, we're getting the Visage in this position.
I gotta agree with Fogged. I'm not a big fan of Visage 5. I think it can work if you're fighting quite a lot, like your carry dies, you get that juicy XP.
I mean, look at it.
Yeah, hype it up, Owen.
Talking about juicy, some action already. 1 for 1. First blood did end up going the way of Mary. The fight not quite over.
Let's see, one of the sides still get a chance to go again. Another fair bit of damage thrown out towards Pleb with that Chaos Strike, but they can't chase it to the high ground. The top of the blast. In fact, Mary, that's a double kill. I mean, this Vistage, I tell you what, doing the damage here in this first bit of a fight. Another nuke. It's a triple kill. Mary.
Give him more.
Give him more. They could have let him have the Ultra. I mean, it's not over yet. They're going to go for loading. They got the chance.
Give him the mango.
Come on, get that blast out. Oh, he's not going to be able to do it, but I think we'll settle for that one. Mary.
7 kills before the horn.
Triple kill. There we go, boys and girls. Start picking your
and now they say good luck. Oh, GG's called, miss. Sorry. Never mind.
Wait,
he wanted to say good luck.
Good luck. All right, everybody calm down. Some crazy stuff here in the first moments of the game.
Of course it was someone from DGG calling the GG.
Here we go again, this whole fight kicking off. With both teams, they were very much ready to full commit.
I don't know if I said it or if I wanted to say it before this. It like Visage is good at fighting like early on. If he gets like in a situation like this where he gets the multiple soul assumptions off, like the damage, this is the highest level 1 damage. Spell in the game.
Yeah, look at Mary go there. Soul assumption after soul assumption.
So let's...
You might want... Yeah, maybe something that they didn't quite have in their mind.
All right, check his career.
What have we got coming out?
We have 2 mangoes, Clarity,
He's
Sentry,
brought the whole shop.
Null Tally, and the Tango. So 5 items coming out on a position 5 Visage. He's level 2 already.
All right, well, let's see what he can do with this sort of a start. It doesn't get better than this for him.
It does not. Like, he has 2 extra mangoes to work with, and this is a killer lane. If he gets the Grave Chill on someone, plus the Soul Assumption, it's going to be a ton of damage. 10 stick charges on Mars. Pops it immediately.
Look at this damage, Mary. Gonna run down MNT. Another mango. Could he get the vision here for the next nuke? He can't quite. MNT, ooh, he's still going to take the hit. That's the salve taken off him.
We need to reset. I need to breathe it in a couple of times. And now we can focus on the game to actually see what's happening.
Yeah, what's
like, this is pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, what's going on here? So the mid lane matchup, Stoikov bringing that. They're always fun to see Snapfire mid out. You know, against... Well, we've got to watch back up top. I mean, MNT, it's a little bit low here. I think he's dead. Okay.
He's very dead.
That's another one here for Mary and Palantimos.
He got that big creep. This is what you want to have as a Doom. So you have a mana aura and you also have a mana burn. So
bottom lane, good grab for loading. But I tell you what, it was a good grab, but they weren't actually quite able to get in position with the Blade Fury on top of him. So ZYZZ, he's out.
They need to chill a little bit so we have some time to breathe. Let's see how mid lane's doing. 13 against 12 on a Snapfire. Now, Snapfire should have a good time. I don't think Snapfire should die here unless someone rotates, because her strength gain is pretty good. Like, you get a Bracer. You are the one controlling the runes as well. So I don't think she should die, and she can also get a kill. Pleb, he doesn't have a spin. There's also dive available, so...
Yeah, he's got his boots.
Phoenix gonna be okay.
My patience is rewarded.
Yeah, with all the action that's gone down CS-wise, pretty even on the lanes here. Top lane Palantimos and Own Me getting a similar amount out of this. Seeing the mid, actually. Good toss back there from MTD. A couple of tower hits will come into Stoikov. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's sitting kind of low. Still got mana to play with, but MTD too high in the HP for Stoikov to really threaten. See if we get any sort of movements around the mid at 4 minutes. His next refills on the bottles will be very important for both mids.
Bottom lane, spin.
Looks like it won't be quite enough again to get the kill here for DGG. And that loading, well, it's going to be the one in trouble. Fire Spirits end up burning him down.
Some solo XP for the Juggernaut, and Lich can bring some extra regeneration. He has 4 mangoes, 1 tango, and a healing salve. Can we check how much gold they spent on the consumables?
Now, BNC's trying to... Oh, in fact, that's a good charge. And the stick charge and the Blade Fury's there. And
that's the double.
Yeah, Pleb's going to be happy with that one. Double kill for him.
A little bit of a high five as well. Nicely played there between the two, Pleb and Lodine. Baiting 11Monkeyz into committing there for the jug attempt.
That's pretty big for the jug. Like, he's gonna get level 5 from this. Put a third point in the Blade Fury. So there's gonna be more attempts. Cooldown's gonna go down to 26 seconds. Dive level 1 is 36 seconds, so you're gonna have some time to work with. Because, like, you want to get on top of Phoenix, top lane.
I'm going to try and go for Own Me. I should be able to get him another nuke coming out from Mary, but the infused raindrop, I'll give Own Me another chance to live. They'll try and walk this one off. Some good jukes around the trees, but they'll still find him. Another stun comes in. Surely he goes up. Oh, is he going to live? Why, no, he goes down. Enough time was bought for MNT to at least pick up the trade. They get the 1-for-1.
We wanted to see more action. Game 2, 13 kills in 5 minutes. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it doesn't get much higher than that at this early of a game. And that action's going to continue. Bottom, Pleb. Might look to commit for this one with the Blade Fury. BNC with the charge already used. He's got no further way to get out of there. TP from Stoikov, but not quite able to get the initial connection onto...
Oh!
Okay, he'll get loading.
I'll get something, yeah,
but... kind of awkward. They started shooting the kisses at his own Phoenix. It's like, there's a Phoenix coming to get me help, boys. Oh, wait, you're on my team. But he was able to turn.
Yeah, Phoenix was too beautiful. Wanted to kiss him there. I don't know. I actually don't know what happened there. Snapfire, a bit too much HP to be bursted down. There is a Sentry Ward and Ops, but in terms of damage department, let's see if they can do it.
Nice attempt to try. Oh, the spirits are actually burning him pretty low, MTD.
MTD's gonna go for a kill.
Oh, he's tempted, but he knows there's vision around there, so a little bit too cheeky to head back into the river, and indeed he won't. He'll hold himself back. But again, of all the kills we're having, surprising how close this is staying on the numbers. It's as close as it gets. Top lane, they'll make a bit of an effort here for Palantimos. He's got enough mana with that one charge, though, to get the Phantasm off. And now start to punch back. Reality Rift as well, drags back MNT. But no mana for the stun. So DGG will be able to step back.
I'm once again asking you to show the consumables, how much gold we've spent, because I think Visage is up there, and so is Lich. Like these two have bought 1.5k compared to 1.3k. That's almost a Midas recipe.
That's a lot of money. Still, of course, with some of the mangoes to play with, but indeed, you know, that's just the way of the supports. Maybe that's something that would change in the patch. Who knows? We'll hopefully see in a few hours. Maybe. I mean, I guess there's many hours ahead of the day in Seattle, so still could be a while.
Yeah, usually we get it during EU evening, so I expect it to drop in the next couple of hours.
I hope so. Can't wait. Bottom lane, it's a little bit more scary for BNC now. The Omni Slash is online from Pleb. So BNC's got to be careful how aggressive he plays, especially when ZZ's not around to back him up.
Pleb is having a really good time on this bottom lane. Yeah. Level 7, 8 minutes in. Has almost a Javelin. You get close, like, I don't think they kill him. Like, they need the Spirit Breaker to be level 6 plus rotation from Snapfire to be able to bring him down.
Going to go for a kill attempt onto MNT, but Omi steps up in time, pushes them back.
Oh, the smoke!
A very nice little move. Tell you what, he may have lived anyway with the infused raindrop. Actually, no, it's a lot of damage, right? With a level 2 soul assumption.
I think he would be fine if the raindrop was. Yeah, he would have lived.
He would have been fine
if the raindrop was off cooldown.
But it looked cool. Using the smoke.
Style point.
Yeah.
Now you go and gank enemy mid lane.
That would be the big
with
move.
The smoke, like immediate move.
Now he wants to go back in on top here. MTD's headed up to the top lane. They'll look to dive and get a quick kill on Mary. That's bottom lane. Pleb has got the Blade Fury. Actually didn't get it off in time, so the burn of the stun ray is going to hit hard. Not hard enough, though. Still after the initial bashes, Pleb makes it out of there.
Hard to kill him, as said. Like, he has a pig pole, so extra 6 attributes from that.
Oh, look at these moves here from DGG. They're getting deep into the jungle of 11Monkeyz.
is under
making sure the
attack.
Palantimos doesn't feel too safe going around his own creep camps.
Mary will TP top. He's still level 4. Only does have arena, so needs to be very careful. He's trying to soak up some experience, pretend he's actually not there.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, not looking to make any sort of move. Knows that if he even breathes, he'll probably die to this Mars. He's gonna try. He's not gonna try for a deny now. He's gonna keep himself safe and hidden.
Top tower has fallen.
See bottom lane. Pleb. Just gonna use the Blade Fury aggressively. I mean, 11Monkeyz probably not gonna try and do anything.
Dire's
It's over to the mid.
is under attack.
Ooh. I just noticed MTD, he's investing a lot of gold in small items. He went phase, so that's an extra 1,000 gold. He went gloves of haste.
Oh, yeah, okay, I was going for the blink. I was wondering if it could be the legendary Midas Tiny. It gives you attack speed.
Never
That's all I'm saying.
disappoint.
But no, he's going to be getting that blink dagger next. Oh, down point. Great Omni Slash. Big Omni Slash. Lodin, he'll be the one to get the last hits on the 2 kills, though. Again, this bottom lane proving to be a rather dangerous spot for 11Monkeyz. Pleb and Lodin, they're getting a lot out of this laning stage.
They need to bring a 3rd hero to be able to kill him. Like, Juggernaut is super tanky, has high armor. He's going to have very good timing on the Maelstrom on top of that.
Yeah, super fast.
Thanks.
See mid. Stoikov not quite happy enough with the setup to commit with the kisses. Didn't quite have Mary close enough to set up with a slime. There we go with these creeps. That will be it. So an 11-minute phase Maelstrom Jug. Very good start for Pleb. We'll see how Palantimos is doing. Armlet. Nearly complete here for him. See how well he's able to keep up with the farm of Pleb. The farm and push for the illusions should allow him to keep balance with the Jug Maelstrom. A bit of peace now as they sort of farm towards these next major items. MTD wanting his blink dagger done before he gets moving again.
DGG, they want to have these 2 blink daggers before they make a move. Like, if they can get an opening with the Doom, that's going to be good. But Tiny and Mars are going to hit the same timing with their blink daggers.
Well, they're going to try and enter the jungle, 11Monkeyz. Hard to set up a move, though. Kind of relying on familiar setup. It's not easy to get. They'll go towards Pleb. He's got the Blade Fury. They do have the charge. See if they can keep him locked down. Oh, yeah, he's very, very dead here, surely. Good follow-up to the charge there with the stuns of the familiar. They take him down. Omi still wants to fight this. And Supernova's going to be popped. Doom gets dropped down onto Mary. See if they can take down the egg. They've got enough hits. They do. The egg goes down. It's going to be almost only 3 dead here for 11Monkeyz. In fact, make that 4. BNC caught by a spear. They get their Jug, but it cost them 4 lives there.
Everyone from DGG decided to rotate and make something happen. Lodin having a really good time on ledge. He's been involved in 12 out of 14 kills, which is pretty impressive.
That is
they used way too many things like this, because Juggernaut, as we said already, like, he's super tanky. They do have abilities that go through magic immunity, but they heavily committed. I'm not sure if Snapfire ulti was needed, but and also in the end they managed to kill the egg. They understand, like, we'll try. We'll give our best. If the egg goes off, I think this fight could have been, like, slightly different, but the damage was already done.
Yeah, an excellent call from Owned Me to just drop the arena and look to set up for his team to take the fight. Bottom lane, Lodin. Looking to be pretty dead here, caught underneath the tower. And that will give the space for 11Monkeyz to try for this tier 1. So back out on the map, and we'll manage to take this. Over in the mid, progression towards the Blink Dagger. MTD, just a couple of 100 gold to go.
Radiant's bottom tower
It might be tempting, go back to that Midas.
Dire's top tower is under
They're
attack.
changing things around, because Tiny is going for a Blink Dagger, so Mars is like, well, I might go for a BKB instead, which I like. I'm not a big fan of, like, 2 Blink Daggers, especially if you're not winning those fights. It feels like you can just easily, like, the game can get out of control easily, very easily for you. It's not a farming item. You might jump between the camps, but that's all you can do. And if you're not winning the team fights, then it looks really bad. And also Doom is getting one.
Okay. Yeah, indeed. They're going to have initiation sorted. No problem. From the mid.
Lich is still farmed. He has enough gold saved for Aghanim Shard. He's just waiting for that. I was wondering, like, why is he not buying it? And then I realized he's way too farmed. It's not 15 minutes yet. And again, 2,000 gold spent on consumables.
Looking to play with the smoke. Both teams, in fact. 11Monkeyz leading in with Mary. And Stoikov towards the bottom. They've got their eyes on Own Me. Top lane. DGG. They're looking to make the moves top. They're they actually commit with the kisses. Kisses
They committed with the misses.
Yeah, they trusted in getting that cookie connection with the cookie and the familiar, but not quite closing the gap. So no stun to set things up. And Stoikov committing with the ult a bit too early.
And they thought the bird was a falcon, but it was a pigeon. Not fast enough.
Meanwhile, over in the mid, little kill onto BNC. MTD ready to start making moves with that blink. I've got to be prepared for this, 11Monkeyz. It's DGG very much ready to jump and go for these burst pickoffs. Well, as for 11Monkeyz themselves, they don't quite have the same solid catch or setup. MTD. He's actually got, oh, okay, he's got the damage. Nice read there from MTD, knowing that he'd have enough to 100 to 0 Mary. He's going to get burnt by the stun rain. Meanwhile, back up towards the top, BNC just gets destroyed by loading. In the mid, MTD, is he actually going to be able to walk this one off? The three heroes, they nearly got the kill on him, but MTD's able to actually live through it all and walk it off.
Yep. Use the illusion rune, got rid of the move speed reduction, and his combo was back online. Tossed away the CK, used the avalanche.
And we see MNT, he's able to just walk in and slam down the Doom. They'll go for the Supernova to the side. Pleb, can he take it down on his own? He can't. This is a successful Supernova. And now the turn towards Pleb. With the Blade Fury and Omni Slash already used, he's got to try and run out. And it will be enough for the coverage of the arena. Own Me lays it down to block them off. A great toss once more. MTD gets Mary back over to his side of the map so they can take him down alone and separate it from the rest of his team.
A little bit of sloppy execution, but gets the job done in the end. Like, they use the Supernova to protect the CK cookie to push him out of the trouble, and Phoenix doesn't die. It's level 10 Phoenix, 17 minutes in. You would definitely love to have an extra point in Supernova, but if Juggernaut gets close, if Juggernaut is like ready when the Supernova is used, he can solo kill it easily.
Yeah, it was just done there at a good distance in the last fight. MNT will be working on his BKB next. Make sure he has an even easier time finding those Doom connections. And MTD back in the mid. Got to be careful, 11Monkeyz around this point. Actually, the top lane where BNC is pushing out alone, and we'll see DGG start to head over his way.
Almighty money.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Snapfire is falling off. Like, this hero needs to keep fighting all the time. Like, she needs to be getting the kills, be active. He's been active early on, but yeah, a couple of those Mortimer's kisses did not connect, and he would definitely love those to get it. So Boots of Travel going into BKB next.
On top lane, they're going to try and dive for BNC. Immediate TPs are coming out, but the Blade Fury damage, it's enough. BNC taken out. Again, great Chain Frost here. Done a fair bit of damage, not quite enough. Lodin will die. As 11Monkeyz come in with the TPs to take a trade in return.
That Ice Spire on a position 5 Lich, if you get it early on, it's a great setup. Like, you can go, not gonna say for solo kills, but yeah, if someone has any kind of a setup, it's like a guaranteed kill. Mars finishes off his BKB, double bracer, feels almost unkillable if he gets the BKB off before any stuns.
Still building the lead here, DGG. 19 to 12, 5k up. Pleb at the top. Palantimos not too far behind, though, on his CK.
Dire are scanning.
It's going for the BKB next after the basics of the Armlet and the Echo. Just to make sure he can get involved in the fights, not worry too much about the magical burst combo that DGG do have at their disposal.
Pleb finished off Lincoln Sphere. Maelstrom into Lincoln's. Not your usual item build, but it's going to get the job done.
I'm going to try and go for loading. Good kisses coming out for the side means that loading doesn't stand a chance. Supernova will be successful for sure, as they're not going to be able to get anywhere close to this DGG. The stun comes in, connects through onto the two of them. That's going to be MTD taken out. So if they can get more from this, MNT was able to get in and drop the Doom down onto Stoikov. Palantimos turns with the punches, picks up the illusion rune to dispel there the burn, so he's able to walk this one off. This is the fight that 11Monkeyz were looking for, and they're going to be able to keep it going. Over towards Omi with a BKB on cooldown, nothing to save himself. As 11Monkeyz, they'll take out the 4.
This is the fight that they needed. Like, they needed to get the full combo off with the Snapfire ulti and the Phoenix, while the rest of the team is protecting the egg. Lich got the Frost Shield off. Survived for a little bit longer, but there was no ulti. Didn't get the Ice Spire there. And the CK, we see the power of this hero when he's the one, like, initiating, getting the spells off in the fight. Good armor toggle.
Yeah, crazy that they didn't kill him. Palantimos pretty much tanking that full combo. And we saw MNT desperately trying to at least get the kill on the CK, but he just couldn't do it. I think that illusion rune indeed dispelling a few debuffs that were thrown down on him, so he's able to walk out alive. And overall, fantastic fight for 11Monkeyz. They're able to close up that gap, that lead that DGG was building for the whole early game.
This is the fight that Snapfire also needed. She had a shard before that, and now decided to get a Blink Dagger on top of it because they want to fight, and now it's going to be like repositioning tool as well, and also another instant stun. By instant, you know, you still have time to react, but it's a good one.
We'll see in the mid. Over the arena. It's going to have to set up a hit for MTD to follow up with the combo, take out ZYZZ. And down bottom, Lodine ends up dying on the cliff.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We'll see Pleb. He's going to look towards Roche. And there's no Phoenix, no Supernova threat. And with current positioning of 11Monkeyz, doesn't look like they'll have a chance of pulling anything together for this one.
Yeah, it seems like they're not going to contest this.
They've sent it the burst, so they know what's going on. They're going to start heading over now, and in fact, we'll see DGG stepping out a bit. They don't want to fully commit for the Roche, whilst they know that 11Monkeyz are aware. To the side, MTD jumps in, he's able to find the combo to just take out BNC straight away in the river. But now, he needs to get out of there, and he'll be fine. Haste rune at the ready.
He can easily reinitiate Blink off cooldown.
Oh, he wants to. I'm sure if he sees anybody, he'll go for it. They're going to start going back towards finishing Roche. Just 11Monkeyz, they'll definitely want to fight this. BKB from Palantimos turns towards MTD, but the Lincoln Sphere blocks the Chaos Strike stun. They'll dive forward, use the egg, but it's pretty close here to the enemy as they'll try and turn and take it out in return. Only has he got enough hits? He has not. The Supernova successful. MNT jumps in. He'll look to drop down the Doom over towards Palantimos, but Palantimos has been cookied back to safety. See if they can chase here for more. Palantimos and Stoikov on the retreat.
Roche. I thought this fight might be different because Pleb, he used ulti instead of like trying to finish off the egg. So egg goes off, and this is their big team fight spell. But yeah, they were still far away, and there was no Spirit Breaker. So now Pleb has Aegis. It's very difficult. Like, this item build on Jug makes it very awkward for them to try to initiate on it, because if he sees his Linkage is procced by, I don't know, Spirit Breaker charge, then he's going to be able to get the spin off.
Oh, bottom lane. Well, bottom jungle, they're trying to go for Onmi here, but Onmi's got backup. Yeah, they can't quite take him out, and now Stoikov, he's in trouble. Pleb's in on top of him. MTD makes sure that he gets in for the kill. BNC will manage to charge out of there, but that's the mid going down. A bit of a deep attempt for a kill there from 11Monkeyz, and it doesn't pay off.
A lot of fighting, like, you know, this is Division 2, so we expect a little bit more mistakes than from Division 1 teams, but it's still very entertaining Dota. Like, it's very back and forth, and that's what makes it very fun to watch.
Absolutely. There's no telling who's going to win each and every team fight. A lot of back and forth once again here in this game too. See the jump in, and it's going to be a clean jump over towards Mary. As Mary will try and run. Actually, with the summary, oh, no, it doesn't matter. The mouse from proc, it was there from Pleb. They get the kill, but they will lose MNT for the dive up towards the tier 2. So 1 for 1 here off the back of this jump. BNC is going to look to charge over. See MTD try and get him with the Blink Avalanche, but gets caught by the area of that charge bike.
Lab.
Palantimos.
No ulti for 10, but he might use a spin and
He's going
try to go for it.
It's a great spear. That spear's in with the setup. Trying to
Oh!
safety, but the drag back from loading.
Catches him mid-air.
Making sure that there's no window for him to get his BKB off or have any chance of walking away. That's Palantimos out for a minute.
They still have 3 minutes left on this Aegis. Glyph is already used. Mars is going to tank some of that damage. Like, Mars is super tanky when Frost Shield is used on him. They might poke the high ground. 45 seconds without Mars. I think it's time to go, especially with the Tiny. He grabs the tree, Echo Saber. There's one creep only, but the rest of the creeps are coming in. Also a siege creep.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yes.
Indeed it is. They're ready to be jumping all over the place.
There are no big items coming outside of 11Monkeyz. Like CK, he has his Echo Saber once again after disassembling it to get a BKB. There is Aghanim Scepter on a Spirit Breaker. We've seen that this item can do like tricks, but Phoenix is still very far away from his items. Even if Snapfire gets the BKB, like she still dies. The Tiny's right clicks, Mars, the Juggernaut ulti. Can we check how much gold did Familiars give? Because I feel like they died quite a lot.
Oh, ZYZZ. He shows himself to the side. They're going to be with the Blade Fury. He gets taken out before he can get anything off. And now with the jump of the arena, they're ready to try and go for more here, DGG. Buyback comes out from ZYZZ. Palantimos poking him from the side, tries to go for play, but the Lincoln Sphere blocks the Reality Rift.
Oh, this Mjolnir is doing work. A lot of procs. Buyback already used. They still have some time left on Aegis, 25 seconds. They gotta be careful.
Yeah, they're gonna back off. They don't want to force it too much here on the top lane, DGG. They know they're ahead. And of course, and we saw last game a bit of a turnaround. What's he gonna have in the mid? A big jump onto BNC, and he is out without buyback. Also finding the range to drop down the Doom, and the jump fall from MTD. That's going to be a dead Phoenix. ZYZZ out for 75 seconds. Palantimos having to put the BKB to try and fight back. He's going to go for the TP out. He will make it away. There's nothing to stop him through the BKB TP. So he'll live, but now down 2 members, 11Monkeyz. More of an opportunity for DGG to maybe continue to push, even though they haven't got the Aegis anymore.
11Monkeyz, they thought they're safe because Juggernaut showed bottom, and they're immediately like, well, we need to get some farm. While the rest of the team, DGG, they didn't TP back. They were playing as a 4, so they get a good initiation on a Spirit Breaker Spear into a Lich ulti plus the Ice Spire combo. And now even Tiny, like, he has a full BKB that he didn't use, has Arcane Bottle in the Arcane Bottle. Yeah, that's the rune. Never mind. And the next Roche might respawn in 2 minutes. If they want to play it safe, like, they can wait for it, try to get a pick off, and then transition that into Roche. There's still tier 1 and tier 2 tower to be taken bottom.
Yeah, I think there's a high chance that we'll see them play it a bit safer. Of course, last game, DGG did have that effort where they pushed high ground, they got team wiped, and made things feel a little bit risky for a few moments in the game, so understandable that we see DGG with a bit more safety in how they look to pursue the win here in this game too. Bottom lane, 11Monkeyz are setting up for a fight here. MTD, he's going to be the one to get the jump first. Over to the side, BKB pop by Stoikov as he
He's going for the egg.
They're going to go straight for the supernova.
Yeah, the damage on the buildings is a bit too much.
Yeah, they've just gone in seconds here. Some fantastic right clickers, of course, among the ranks of DGG.
The good old classic 10,000 damage on Tiny 30 minutes in. They're spamming get back. Roshan is respawning potentially in 40 seconds.
Just keeping it safe here, DGG. Got a comfortable lead. They don't want to let it slip away. Let's see what the move is from 11Monkeyz. In a tough spot right now. See if they choose to make the risky call to get a fight going outside of the base. Or if they want to wait until the high ground push comes in. Palantimos has got his second BKB queued up. Probably not the play.
I will not forget this.
Are scanning.
Listen, you think something's going to change for the BKB in the D patch?
Maybe, yeah, maybe
A lot
again.
of people were complaining.
We have to buy 2s to get the active component.
Oh, well, what if it goes down to 0? Like, you use it 9 times and it's gone. Like, you just get the stats. You can't use it
What
anymore.
if it starts going into negative?
And
where
then
you have
to
seconds where magical damage increase.
by, what, 25%?
Why don't you know we get all these players that accidentally press it? Why don't we just make it unreliable? You know, sometimes you press it, there's a 50% chance it doesn't go off at all, and it just goes on cooldown.
Sometimes it does
we need to
feel
add
like
more
that.
RNG to the put more RNG to the game.
No, for real. You ever played a game where you're just like, I clicked it. I definitely clicked it. It's either my mouse not working or something's off. Like, they sold me a broken item.
What are you trying to do? Trying to use your BKB with a mouse? You're clicking your items.
There's other buttons. No,
Oh, that's true.
on.
That's true.
There's not
You're
left
trying to
click.
left-click your items. You don't deserve to have it
Focus on the
work if you're
job,
doing that.
Owen.
Yeah.
3
Anyway, what-
heroes died.
Yeah, hello. Supernova down in the river. MTD's going to go with the BKB. They're going to try and take down the egg. They've got it. The egg's down. Triple kill for Pleb. Doom drop down onto Palantimos. I think this might be it. And indeed it is. GG is called. DGG. This game 2 is theirs. This series, it's theirs. 2-0 today against 11Monkeyz. Some great games. A lot of action. You can see it in the score there, 39-23 in a 32-minute game. A very high kill game. And honestly, you know, for a team coming in, 11Monkeyz, some new faces that we're seeing, they really gave it a good shot against
Yeah,
a
we
team
gotta
that
give
we
them
knew
credit.
was good.
You know, it's an open qualifier team.
Yeah.
They managed to put up a really good fight against the Chillax, who ended up 3rd in the previous tour.
Yeah.
They were one of the favorites, but Goon Squad, they decided to end up the tour with 7-0, so it was pretty difficult for some other team to qualify, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Chillax, also known as DGG now, they look solid. They look like, you know, still stable, one of the better teams in Division 2, and very entertaining Dota. You know, a couple of mistakes here and there, but yeah, good showing. Like, I didn't know what to expect from 11Monkeyz, but definitely looking forward what they can do, because I believe they're going to cause some upsets.
Absolutely, you know, and first in Tour 2 as well, you know, in the past we've sometimes had teams that like, kind of qualify, and they do struggle against the caliber of the other Tour 2 teams, but yeah, without doubt, 11Monkeyz showing that they could be a contender to take some games off teams you might not quite expect. So looking forward to seeing more from them. Of course, yeah, for DGG, great to see as well, even sort of the inside of series improvement really after that game 1, playing things a little more safer to get a much more clean win in this game 2. The series, it's all theirs. DGG, they'll take this 2-0 against 11Monkeyz.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
This is our time. This is our time. One shot, gotta make it work. One shot, gotta work. A break or burst. Stand tall, stand proud, stay strong. Better give it all of what you got. We hold the power. Yeah, we rise. gotta take the pain. One shot won't be the same. No sweat, blood, tears, better start again. No shame in falling. No shame or blame. We hold the power. Yeah, we write our own story. Step up and control it. Yeah, 'cause we are almighty. We are the makers of our destiny. We are almighty. We are the champions, champions. This is our time. This is our time. Victorious. Victorious. Victorious.
The second game of this best of 3 series had some sparks of great team fights back and forth. At the end of the day, it was former Chillax DGG that came out victorious here with a 2-0 against 11Monkeyz. I'm joined by Jenkins and I'm joined by Fogged. This game, a little bit less explosive, Fogged, than the first game, but very strong from DGG.
Yeah, started with a bang. Seven
Yes,
kills
it did.
before the horn.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So
Yeah.
Mary getting that null to start, but either way, it didn't actually end up helping the overall play from DGG this game. They were really on point with their team fights, honestly. Like, really good coordination. A couple times, I think MNT the Dooms were a little off, but overall, everybody else was on point, especially
Loading.
MTD and Loading. Yeah. They were so good.
Lich hard carry. I didn't see the damage numbers after the game, but I would wager that he was pretty damn high. I don't know if we can pull that up. Just kind of thrown.
If we were having a player versus player after game 2, which we don't, but if we were, it would have been a position 5.
It'd be Lich, yeah.
Lich versus Visage. It was quite the battle indeed.
Yeah.
I would imagine Lich damage numbers were just very
That would be
high
one
and
of those shaming ones, though. Cause,
Yeah.
Because we weren't a fan of the idea of the Visage 5.
But
I mean,
he did get a lot of nuke stuff, so his damage was probably kind of high.
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
but-
And I think Mary played it very well, too.
did.
I think it was a good Visage. It's just Visage 5 looks a little weird. Like, the amount of times he saw fights where he was just melting, just dying in like one avalanche combo. It's like, well, yeah, it's a 5.
Yeah.
And the birds as well were kind of dying a lot. It's
a lot of gold.
Yeah,
as well too.
they
It does
do.
add up.
They
I
do.
don't think we got to see how many he died in the end of the game, but I swear, like every time an arena went off, a rebuke would kill all the birds or a
Yeah.
combo from the tiny. So
Yep.
And we talked about, during the draft already, we talked about how good the Mars would be for 11Monkeyz, and they
Yes.
didn't pick it up third, so then it got taken away.
I think it might have been an oversight, trying to get the
A
staff
little
and the Mars
bit,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but at the
It
end of
is.
the day, it is DGG that comes out victorious, and we are joined by MTD. Hey, MTD, how you doing?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey,
Hello.
congratulations on the series. First of all, that was a very fun one from a viewer perspective, especially. And we have a couple questions for you. I was first interested in you personally. I saw you have been on team since 2019. But I was wondering what time, like, when did you start playing Dota, and how long have you been playing Dota, maybe 1, Dota 2 for?
I started 2012 with my friend who also played for Ghost Frogs, Nukimati. He played like 2 seasons ago, I think, or 1 season. 2 seasons ago. Yeah. And I've been playing I played League before Dota, but I kind of got fed up with the game and started playing Dota more seriously.
Hell yeah.
The right choice, for sure. I mean, it's paying off. You guys looking crisp also, of course, because of your guys' freshly acquired sponsor. So congratulations on that as well. And we were curious
thank you.
As to what kind of impact that has on you guys. I don't know, like, how does it change for you to have a sponsor backing you up?
It's nice. We got the coach also, which helps us to prepare better for the games, and hopefully it will help us to reach another level since we've been trying to get to the Div 1 for a while now, and hopefully this is our season.
Yeah, you guys got very close, of course, especially last tour around. Is your sponsor also potentially getting you guys a boot camp? I don't know if that's on the horizon for you guys.
Yeah, we've talked about bootcamp, but I think if we have it, it might be during the TI quals.
Ah, yes. I mean, that's the goal right now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm here with Fogged and Jenkins. They'd also like to ask you some questions.
Hey, MTD. Just questions about like kind of your guys' gameplay and like in-game, the communication. Is everybody really vocal? One person making most of the calls, or what's going on with you guys in your in-game comms?
It goes like probably like MNT does the early game calls, but after that the cores take kind of the lead. So it's kind of me, Playboard, and owned me who do later the game, and with Lodin we do the smoke moves and other stuff like that. If you wanna communicate that and the early game movement.
Okay, cool. And then other question would just be, how much does your coach prepare for you guys entirely, or do you guys contribute to like when you guys preparing for teams? Because I know some teams just have the coach do like all of the preparation and then he comes with it afterwards.
No, for sure not. Everyone does their own part, but I think MNT and then the coach do the most, and then the others do a little bit less, but everyone does their own part for sure.
Cool.
Hello, congratulations on the victory, and I've got a very important question coming your way. You're in a very cozy looking room, and I'm wondering, do you play darts, and what is in your Coca-Cola fridge?
Darts? Right now my fridge is actually empty. I haven't bought cola yet, but I usually drink a lot, so that comes handy. And then I actually have like a real darts thing on the other room next to me. That just some.
Are you good?
Not really, pretty bad, but you know, with practice maybe.
Okay.
You know.
Darts TI.
Yeah. How about then? Because we also saw the guitar. Are you good at playing the guitar?
Actually, the guitar I kind of got it as a Christmas present. Since at one point I played a bit, but then I haven't really played too much. So it's more like a cosmetic, you know.
I mean, it's a good-looking cosmetic, so no judgment here. Yeah, cool room. It does indeed look cozy. We, of course, get nice close-ups of you guys during the draft, especially, so we get to analyze everything what's behind you. No pressure, also. MTD, congratulations. Once again, this was a fantastic opening series for you guys for this tour. You guys have been so close of making it Division 1. I know the goal right now is TI qualifiers because, of course, there's a long break before then, but definitely looking strong here in the first series.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and see you again next time.
Yeah, thanks guys. See ya.
Thank you. And that, of course, was MTD from DGG.
This is going to be very confusing if they keep winning.
MNT on DGG with MTD.
MTD and owned me.
The big GG call.
Lots of rhyming.
333.
Lots of rhyming.
Yeah, we can take a look at the standings. I know there's not been that many series just yet, but it is. I mean, it's a good habit to keep track of this. 3 series been having so far. This is the wrong division, but here it is.
Good,
looking
same
good.
as earlier.
Yep. And we got Brame, Chillax, and well, it's not Chillax.
DGG.
I mean, again, they just changed, guys. Give us a second to update everything the way it's supposed to be.
I'm looking forward to DGG versus IV or Enigma Galaxy. I think that, or Into the Breach.
NG. Yeah.
NG, yes.
Everything kind of rhymes. I mean, this actually looks like
ITB,
a super contested Div 2. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
It really does.
I know yesterday we were talking about how like Brame very likely to be the top dog with Enigma Galaxy, but honestly, these guys look really scary. And then even some of the other teams that are inside of this, like 11Monkeyz put up a fight. That first game especially.
Yeah.
So
they look good.
I think it's gonna be tough to count out a lot of these teams.
I think so too, and you know, in terms of 3-letter team names, ITB is a different team. It was former Chicken Fighters, by the way. They did change their roster quite a bit actually, but it's now Into the Breach for them, so they are also a contender. They also got picked up by a sponsor, and they are actually going to be in next matchup. Now it doesn't start until 50 minutes from now. You'll have other casters also take you through that series, but it should be a great one. It's Team Ball Reborn versus Into the Breach. It's a great series. series indeed. So, yeah, that was it for us from the studio in Stockholm today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stick around for more Dota 2. Of course, there's also Dota 2 going to be happening on the North American stream, which is ESL_Dota 2. And this time around, because the show continues here as well, if you want to watch that, you have to actively, physically click to the other links because you won't be hosted into a different stream. For North America, we got Wildcard versus Felt, and then Quincy Crew versus 5Rat. 4 stuff with a cool logo, by the way. But yeah, Into the Breach versus Team Bolt Reborn. I'm sure you want to stick around right here for more Dota 2. So do that. We'll be back. Well, the stream will be back. The Dota will be back in about 50 minutes. So stay tuned and see you later for more DreamLeague Season 18, powered by Intel.
I'm in the rough. I know I'm hardly a diamond, but come back, darling, and clean me up. Think I lost myself. I've been talking like someone else, yeah.